There's going to be a lot of garbage as well. I can tell right away. There'll be outdated computer supplies and accessories and greeting cards and CD cases. But that's okay because the next part of the room is the part that really makes it. Hey guys, and welcome back. So I did a thing today. I bought an entire estate, and I'm going to be doing the cleanup job as well. So this is a referral from a friend. It's about 2 hours from home, so it is a bit of a drive. As you see, there's a lot in here. I'm going to be recruiting some help. It's going to be pretty busy. I've got a little bit of time to get it done. I'm going to have to be camping out here pretty much for the next week or so, though, to get the job done in time. So I didn't bring my trailer with me today because I didn't know if we were going to be striking a deal or not. I didn't want to haul it 2 hours each way if I wasn't going to be making a deal. But I'm here now and I do have some supplies with me. I just ran out and got a little bit more so we can get started on it right away. So it's a little loud out here. We got some construction going on across the road and they're a little bit loud and they got some music going as well. So we're going to take a tour through the house and do some picking as well because I want to see what's in here for buried treasure. So let's head in the house now and we'll see what we got. Okay, so we're in. So I've got unfettered access to the house. I've got a key. I've got access to the garage. I've got contact information for the son who's looking after the place right now. We've got an agreement on what's staying, what's going. So it's really nice that it's convenient that I can kind of come and go as I please. Okay, so we'll step into the living room first. So quick backstory. The house was built new in 1979, so this is the original owner's house. We've got some furniture here. We've got a big wall installation, which is going to stay. We agreed it was a little bit too cumbersome to tear apart, and the new owners may want it. Now, one of the brothers did take a lot of what was described as the funky stuff, which could be some 70s kind of modern, retro-looking furniture and things like that. But it looks like there's still some left. But we've got cabinets full of items. Looks like we've got some silver plate. Shelves with lots on it. So we've got some used furniture in here. Now, most of the thrift shops in the area won't take this stuff because of fear of bed bugs. So this will have to go in the dumpster, but we will rescue as much as we can. Now, as you see right here, there is a very nice piano here. Now, this is not part of the deal. I don't move pianos. I don't want to hire somebody to move a piano. But I did say I would do my best to try and find a taker for it, whether I can find a buyer who will move it out of here, or worst case scenario, find somebody who will just take it for free and pay movers to remove it from the house. So clearly this gentleman was a big music fan. Apparently he liked a lot of classical music. So that's what we're going to be seeing here. Some CDs, some records. We've got some barware over here. And now we're going to step into the dining room. There's a nice modern looking dining room set here. Again, probably right around 1979 when they moved into the house. And a matching buffet over here. It's pretty full. You know, we've got some stemware. I've peeked in here really quickly. There's something everywhere in here. And there's a cabinet over here as well that's quite full. And one of my favorite pieces in here is actually this chandelier. I'm going to turn off the light so you can see it better. So we've got this beautiful chandelier here. It's kind of like a brassy gold color, really kind of brutalist looking. This is a fixture in the house, but I did make a special request with the son that I could buy it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay him a cash price and I'm going to replace it with a modern fixture of his choice up to $100 and I'll install that for him. Reason being, I really like it. I think I can resell it or use it for myself. And the new homeowners more than likely will pitch it or donate it. Okay, moving on. We've got the kitchen here. Really nice kitchen, very bright, very modern. We're gonna have everyday household stuff, it looks like. So it looks like it's been partially cleaned out. We've got some dishes. The appliances all staying with the house. There is a nice little kitchen table and chairs here. Not really my style. This is something that I'll sell privately or put through auction. And over here, we do have a cabinet with some collectibles in it. We've got some earlier jars up here, some steins, So we are going to look through all this stuff more thoroughly. This is just the quick walkthrough portion right now. Okay, and next up we've got this little sunroom area here, which is full of light. This would be a great spot to hang out and read a book. It reminds me of one of the old Wendy's where you'd sit down and they had the salad bars. I can't remember what that was called. If I can find an image, I'm going to pop it up here for you though. There's a nice big yard out back here. There's some patio furniture that's got to go. It's a little weathered. They don't want it to stay, so I'll try and rehome it if possible. Okay, moving on to the main living room here. Looks like some furniture was removed. I know the brother did take some items, so there's not a whole lot in here. There's a little love seat, a little smaller vintage table, a shelf with some little vintage odds and ends on it. We've got a kind of cool looking oak chair here. Everyday household items, small TV, some odds and ends by the fireplace. It looks like a few old Crocs down here. We've got some vintage items here. I think they belong to his mother. These are all part of the estate. So this room's not too bad, but there is some furniture here that's going to have to be donated or discarded. Then we've got a laundry room. This should be pretty quick and easy. The appliances are staying, so it's more or less just emptying off the shelves and the closets and a big shoe rack full of shoes. So now we're about to head into my favorite room on the main floor anyway. Okay, so this is where I saw most of the value on the main floor, and this is the den. Right away, there's a couple items I really liked. You can see right here, there's a beautiful crate. We've got this little piece here. It's some sort of like filing type cabinet, but it's actually made from teak, a really nice, 70s looking piece. We've got lots of books. Now there's gonna be some collectible books mixed in. There's only a couple things staying in here, and that would be this filing cabinet and a shredder. Any personal effects I come across will be put aside for the son to deal with. But you can see there's a large library of books here. So that's a lot of weight, and I've got to find a home for this. That's going to be numerous boxes full, and I don't really deal in books in my store too much. Just the odd one here and there. Maybe I'll keep a few for my own library, but there's a lot. So this is going to be a multi-part series. This is going to be part one, obviously. There's a lot to go through in the house. So you got a sneak peek of what was in the den there. Now we're going to move on to the next room. Okay, let's head upstairs now. So I have to turn some lights on. It's going to be getting dark here soon. So we've got a bedroom. Clearly some things have been removed from this room. We've got more books on a bookcase over here. Some random stuff on the floor. Now I've not dug through any of this. I've just kind of poked through looking for key items. We've got items on the wall. I know the dresser's empty here. And we've got a few things up here in the closet to look through still. So as you can see, there is a lot of just used furniture that have to be donated or thrown out, unfortunately. And we've got another room in here. So we've got a large bookcase on the wall here. This is going to be dismantled. One of the stipulations with this estate is that we're not going to have random people coming here to pick up items. So I've got to get it out of here. So it's either going to go in a dumpster, go back with me to my storage locker, or be thrown out. So I've got to be very mindful of that as I'm going through room by room. But there's lots of stuff in here. It could just be paper items. Like, I'm seeing a lot of Apple boxes. Usually they're empty. But some people will keep their old phones in the boxes. I'm the type of person that keeps their old phones just in case and puts them back in the box, but more often than not, they're going to be empty. So yeah, there's just some earbuds in that one. But there are a few more up here. There's an iPad box. So lots of little things to go through. Some sort of musical instrument in the corner there. So as previously mentioned, the den was my favorite place on the main floor. This is my favorite spot in the upper level of the house where I found some value, because as you can see so far going room by room, there's not a whole lot in there as far as vintage and antique items go that have any significant value. And keep in mind, I'm cleaning out this entire house, so that includes all the garbage, all the recycling, all the secondhand items. So I'm looking for quality items that are going to add up into the thousands because that's what it's going to cost to do this job. So this is my favorite room on the second floor, and I'll show you why. So I just spent a couple minutes just quickly looking through the tops of these, but this is all jewelry. So his mother passed away about a year ago, so that's really unfortunate. Fortunately, his father is still with us. But I did take a quick look, and I'm just going to open up this one here. Now, there's not much in there. It looks like there's an old watch there. I can't quite make out what that says at the moment. Maybe a couple chains. Not much in that one. But there's a lot of it here. There's a bin full here. There's a box full here. We've got some more here. Another bin full right here. So I'm not sure how much fine jewelry is going to be in here or costume. But looking on the top of one of the boxes, I did see a couple key pieces right away. So there's a Burke's box right there. It says there's a necklace in it. So it looks like a sterling chain. But based on what I know about the estate and looking at the outsides of some of these boxes, I'm willing to bet that there's more than just costume jewelry as I pick up an Avon box, which is clearly costume, but we don't know what's inside of that. We're going to spend some time just going through the jewelry when we hit the upper level here. That won't be tonight, but that will be in the next video. Okay, we've got another bedroom in here. Not much in here. This is where some of the heavy work comes in. We've got this multi-piece unit here. This is all going to have to come apart in pieces and just go in the dumpster. This is not something I can donate. And again, I can't be calling people over here to take these things away, even if I give it away for free. This is a very nice neighborhood. They want privacy here. They don't want random people coming and going to pick up items like this. So I don't really have much choice with this. And the piece I'm dreading the most, because I've got to drag it down a winding staircase, is a fold-out sofa. They weigh a ton. They're really cumbersome. But fortunately, there'll be a dumpster here on Monday, and that's exactly where that's going. And we've got the last bedroom upstairs. It's pretty bare, so the siblings must have taken quite a bit of furniture out of here. But there are a few key pieces left that I'm interested in. We've got a nice teak dresser here. This is going to be late 70s, maybe as new as the mid 80s. But this is my favorite type of furniture, mid-century modern, nice clean lines on it, really simple. And then we've got a nice little chest of drawers, which is also teak, and a nightstand here. My mother just mentioned she's looking for one for her spare room, so I think she's got dibs on this one. And then over here, we've also got another teak piece here. It's kind of a wardrobe dresser combo with adjustable shelves inside. So that's a nice piece there. That'll go back to the shop as well. So as you take a step back here, you can see it's pretty empty, and you can tell by the echo of my voice, it's mainly just a few pieces of furniture and some other items that will have to be thrown out or donated. Okay, so it's just a couple more areas to go through in the house, and that's going to be the basement, and there's an attached garage that's full of stuff as well. So let's check out the basement first. Okay. Again, I'll turn around here. It's pretty dark. I've got to turn some lights on. So this was the mother's sewing room. Most of the items are gone, but there is a pretty crappy looking little sewing table here that's going to have to go. A few pieces on the wall, some shelves. The deep freeze and the fridge are staying. So there's not a whole lot in here. Through this door here is a cold cellar. We've got some gardening supplies, some canning supplies, but it's all got to go. I'll probably call in a scrap metal guy to take away the shelves and any other scrap metal I find in the house. Oh, we've got some wine down here. If that's still good, we'll be having a good time tonight. And a few more shelves down here. Okay. So we've got a little closet under the stairs here. It looks like it's just a bunch of bags and sleeping bags. This is the workshop. So it looks like a mishmash of a workshop and storage. I've only quickly poked around in here. I saw a few items of value, not a whole lot in this room, but again, once I get digging, that story could change pretty quickly. So we've got a lot of everyday items, but we do have, you know, some sort of painted shelf here, a cheap cabinet, you know, lots of items for donation or garbage. We look over here. We've got more cupboards. That's empty there. Oh yeah, there's a couple of nice looking furs in here. I'll take a closer look at those later on. But the cupboards themselves, they have to go. This can't stay in the house. So this is where a lot of the heavy lifting comes in, and where I have to charge a lot for the actual junk removal job, because this is a 2-person job just to get the stuff out of here. It's a lot of work. We've got an old workbench over here. We've got this cabinet on the wall. We've got these cabinets, this cabinet, that shelf, and then we've got these metal shelves here too, which I will have a scrap metal guy remove. Hopefully he'll take them apart and take them out himself. That's kind of how it goes as scrap metal dealers. But there are some odds and ends mixed in here. I did poke around quickly. You know, just whether it's like an old little box like this, to a few vintage Fisher Price toys maybe, it looks like. We've got some Christmas items. I know these are totes that belong to his mother. Some older things in there, I believe. So there's at least one good thing in there I saw on the top. So we'll be looking at that later. But there's quite a bit to go through here. You know, piece by piece. You know, we've got chunks of wood lying around. You know, tools. You know, some of it can be used. Some of it can just be recycled. Cupboards full of old cords and odds and ends. So it's a pretty big job, and you still haven't even seen the rest of the basement or the garage yet. So just coming outside of the workshop, we've got a little area here full of stuff. We've got some prints and frames, some odds and ends here. I know his son wants their snowshoes, so they stay. These are empty camera bags for the most part here, I think. I've got an old cassette player there. That's empty there. So in this cupboard here, we're going to see like some home videos and things like that. We're going to see slides as we go through some areas here, I think. But the son assured me that they've got all this stuff backed up on a digital source, so I can do what I want with it. Yeah, we got more slides and carousels down here. We've got some cool stuff under here, it looks like. I'm not even sure what that is. We'll take a closer look at that when we actually tackle this part of the basement. So we've got old prints and maps and frames and numerous bags. And we've got a cool little shelf here. It's got some silver-plated items by the looks of it. And we've got what looks like a miniature toaster collection. And behind me, we've got... I think there's a light in here. A couple more cabinets that have to go. And here we've got some dishes. So some mixed dishes in there. We've got some cutlery I'll have to go through. There might be some good vintage in there. More dishes. More dishes. I saw a box here that said Royal Dalton on it. So I think there's a couple figurines in there. So this will be a fun little closet to go through. I'm not really big on dishes and Daltons. I couldn't even get rid of my last Dalton figurines for $20 each, but maybe the story will be different here. We've got another little closet over here. So more like the furnace room, but there is a cupboard here with a few things in it I'm going to go through. We've got some hockey skates on the floor. And there's more still. And we've got a really heavy treadmill we've got to get out of here. I'm not looking forward to this at all. It's probably over 300 pounds. I'm hoping we can take it apart into a couple pieces, because even just winding this up the stairs is not going to be an easy feat. There's a nice modern bookshelf here. That's also antique. That's something I could probably take back to the shop and sell. A funky little leather chair here. This is all torn apart. He told me to throw out the cushions. This is like a fold-out sofa bed, so that's got to go in a dumpster. We've got a chest here. He said there's some blankets in there. We've got some workout gear. There's a guitar here. We'll take a closer look at that when we deal with this room. Some stereo equipment. I think there's a cool piece in there we'll look at later. Lots and lots of stuff to dig through here. I mean, a lot of this will just have to go in the dumpster. Donation. Maybe I'll view a couple for fun. These are Betamax, so maybe there's a Betamax player around here somewhere. That's awesome. Another little closet in here. Just some wire shelving. A couple old blankets by the looks of it. And a big collection of train books here. So I don't know if there's much of a collector's market for train books. I wasn't really paying anything for these, and if I make a few dollars off it, that's great. I expect to make some extra money on surprises in here. That's what I'm always hoping for when I agree to clear out an estate. There's always going to be at least one surprise. In this case, I hope there's a lot, because this is a lot of work here. In this closet here, this is going to be mostly slides. Again, they've got all this backed up already, so I'm free to do what I want with it. Any files I'll leave for the son to go through. Got another little table here. Just a lot of office stuff, but who knows what's going to be tucked in here. I'm really looking forward to getting through it all. We've got 3 different mice to choose from as well here. So that's it for this part of the basement, but there's more. Okay, are you getting dizzy yet? Because it's a pretty big basement. There's lots of rooms, lots of closets. So there's only 3 rooms in the whole house that really I saw significant value in, and this is one of them right here, and here's why. Okay, this is the last room in the basement. Right away, you're going to see a bunch of books, a lot of National Geographics here. Oh, that's a famous one there, but that's actually a reproduction of that cover. But a lot of National Geographics here. Hopefully I can find a taker for these. I know most of the thrift stores don't want them. So I'm hoping to find some really cool books in here, but I think the bulk of them are going to have to be donated. Lots to go through here. There is going to be a lot of garbage as well. I can tell right away. There'll be outdated computer supplies and accessories and greeting cards and CD cases. But that's okay, because the next part of the room is the part that really makes it. So we'll just kind of scan over here a little bit. There's a love seat that matches the chair upstairs. And here's my favorite part here. And we're going to look at this really quickly because I want to dig through this separately in a future video. This is his father's camera collection. So he was a photographer. It wasn't his full-time gig, but he did spend a lot of time doing it. And there's some really nice stuff here, as you can see. This is not just everyday cameras you find in any estate. So there's a couple shelves full of it and a lot of accessories. I'm looking forward to looking at it more closely with you guys. And there's lots more to dig through in this room as well. Okay, and last but not least is the garage. So before we head in here, I've got a code to enter. And I should mention that if I was in the business of just buying and selling anything new or used, this would be a really good deal, but I'm not. So anything in here of value for the most part is just going to be sent to auction. So let's see what's in here, because I've only taken a quick look so far. Okay, so there's some stuff in here. A lot of useful household items right off the bat. Lots of yard tools. We've got some stuff that's more recycling. We've got brooms and rakes and shovels. So they don't want any of this because they do actually have a service that looks after all the landscaping. So everything in here goes except for there's a set of snow tires here that have to stay. I think that's about it. I may run into something else that he mentioned, but I think everything else has got to go. We've got just lots of yard items, but we do have a couple mountain bikes here. I don't know a whole lot about mountain bikes, but we've got one here that says Rocky Mountain, Outback by somebody, but they look like decent bikes. Oh, he wants this cart as well. Just everyday garage stuff in here, as you can see, but it's all got to go. So a lot of this is going to be garbage. Whatever I can donate, I will. We've actually got an early Eaton's manual lawnmower here. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I've seen that one before. That one's worth selling somewhere. You know, we've got some bike helmets, everyday items. Again, we will do the garage separately in one of the upcoming videos for this series. We've got a leaf blower here. Got garden stuff everywhere. But there will be some items in here that will kind of offset the cost and the labor involved with emptying out the garage. Here's another mountain bike right here. So we've got 3 bikes. We've got a very nice looking lawnmower here. And some more random tools and implements here as well. Okay, so that concludes the walkthrough of the house. You see there's a lot of areas to dig through. There's going to be some really cool stuff to see. There's going to be a lot of junk that's going to have to go, a lot of stuff that's going to have to be donated. I'm definitely going to need some help in here. There's some really heavy pieces that have to go, but I think we're going to find some really cool stuff. And as promised, let's do a little bit of picking right now before we wrap things up for this part of the series. Okay, so enough of the walkabout around the house. I'm really anxious to do some digging, see if we can find some treasure in here. This is going to cost me a lot of money and a lot of time to get this house emptied, so this is where I need to get some of that money back. So we're going to head into the den. There's a few key items I noticed right away, but I really want to dig deep and see what we can find here. So I'm just going to get this box out of the way. Here's a cool piece I noticed when I first came in here. On top, we've got this really awesome wooden crate from Benson's Prepared Corn from Canada here. It's got really nice graphics on it, but what I really like is the original paper label on this side here. Now, I'm not familiar with this one. It could be a $30, $40 one. It could be a $200, $300 one. Really nice. Really tempted to keep it and maybe put it in my kitchen or something, but I imagine it'll go up for sale in my shop. So that's a cool find right away. Looks like there's a real random mix inside of it, some paper items, anything that would be considered sentimental or related to the family. I'm going to be putting aside in a pile. I don't have any interest in taking that. Little wooden boxes. This little piece here, oh, it's full of pennies. An old photo. So not looking like there's much, but believe me, I'll be spending some time going through all this stuff bit by bit, for sure. But right underneath it is this really nice piece here that it's almost like a filing cabinet of sorts. Now, it's made from teak, so it could be Scandinavian, likely 1970s. Yeah, it's got a hanging file right here. So I'm going to let the son deal with the contents. He's going to shred them. But I will empty this out for him. But it's got a lot of great little shallow drawers. So I may not have much luck in this one, but the cabinet itself is beautiful, and I'm really excited about bringing that back to the shop. And we've got a teak bookcase next to it, which is a nice piece that I'll be taking back with me, but it's full of books. A lot of books on history, photography, plants, a little bit of everything here. We've got some classics. We've got some Leo Tolstoy. Looks like there's also some biographies. So I'm going to have to go through these one by one and separate them into books I think I can sell through the shop. Some for auction, some for donation. I don't want to throw much of these out if I can find a home for them. Looks like not much in the corner here. Yeah, some empty binders and some gloves. This is a box of just personal effects I'll put aside. There's a little filing cabinet here that the son wants, and it's full of files, so I'm not going to touch that. I know there's some family photos and articles here, so I'm just going to kind of put those aside. We don't need to see those or any family photos. Some magazines. some sort of a commemorative coin here. Union Station. It's American. I'm going to put that aside. That may be something interesting. Oh, there's a second one underneath it. If I can find out what this is, if it's got some significant value, I'll put this, a comparable one up on the screen here for you. Some older coin there. It's hard to make out what that is right now. This little like stamp Rolodex. See if I can get in there. Okay, so it looks like there might be some loose postage in here. Okay, we've got, oh, it looks like some more stamps. So this stuff is going to add up pretty quickly. I mean, there may be a nice lot in here for a collector. Again, some more postage. So definitely worth holding on to. Paperwork. And I will go through all this stuff with a fine-tooth comb. Just a little hard to do that now. We'd be here all night looking at this. So nothing really obvious in this drawer. So in this drawer here, we've got more banking items. But this got me excited here. This little box I just happened to open here. Full of old fountain pens and some really nice looking ones in here as well. So I'll just check those close for names because some sell for a lot more than others. But nice little collection there to start, and maybe there'll be more. It's a deeper drawer here. More postage. Yeah, so, 37 cents on these sheets here, 48. So we could end up with over $100 of postage just in these drawers here. I could ship a few packages for sure. There's a lockbox under there, but the son wants those and whatever's in them, so that's left for him. The top drawer, we've got, normal desk stuff. I'm just looking for something to jump out at me. I don't know what's shoved in the back. Mainly stationery. It's a little box by Burke's. So Burke's high-end department store in Canada, comparable to maybe Tiffany in the States. Looks like a little pin there. Possibly gold. I'll put that aside and take a look at it. If it is gold, it's very small. It doesn't have much value. But I'll never run out of pens if I take some of these home. Some more paper. There's a cigar box. More stamps. We've got Blue Jays. Maybe a few foreign stamps. Foreign stamps don't really hold much value. Stamps in general don't hold much value anymore unless it's really early rare stuff. Looks like there's a lot of that in here though. And these are permanent stamps. So these are basically, each one's about, what was it, 92, 95 cents, somewhere like that. And they're permanent postage, so that value is not going to change, and you can mail these, 50 years from now, and they'll be worth whatever a postage stamp is going for. So this stuff all adds up quickly. Sometimes I can find buyers for it, even if I sell it to them for 30 cents on the dollar, or I want to just hoard it all and use it for shipping packages for the next few months. Just a little shell. Maybe there's a pearl or something in that. And so these aren't real coins. These are maybe like an aluminum, just like oversized pennies. Now this drawer. So that's a postage bag there from Canada Post. So this is likely going to be more stamps. Again, a lot of newer stuff here. Doesn't mean there isn't value, but it's really going to have to be lotted up to add up to something. There's just a little paperweight. Okay, we've got a book from University of Western Ontario, which is actually closer to where I live than where this house is. Okay, so here we go. Here's a Millennium set here from 1999. This is the Canadian coin set, so it's basically all quarters. There's a toonie, which is like a $2 coin. Not much value. Safely, I could probably sell it for about $20. These are uncirculated. More University of Western Ontario literature. This is stuff I can all lot up, and somebody from my area will actually buy this. Fantastic photo of whoever this guy is here. I'm not sure if it's a family member or not. So nothing really jumping out at me in this one here. So we did find some fountain pens. We found a few coins. We found some stamps. So some value. I'll be going through all this probably tomorrow and separating it all because there'll be some items that will have to be thrown out, some items donated. Okay, so next to the desk, we've got a little filing cabinet and a few things on the floor here. I'm going to go through this quickly, but then it was in these compartments here where I saw a couple things that I think could really make the den. Now, I only looked really quickly, and so I'm hoping there's more than what I saw there. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck selling a bunch of books to recoup some money in here. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so this one I didn't look in, but clearly that's going to be mainly files. I'll take a quick peek. You never know what might be shoved in there. I do have to get these big cabinets out of here, though. This is part of the cleanup job. I mean, they're heavy, but I mean, this isn't something I'm really going to find a buyer for. And again, I can't sell anything out of the house. That's the deal with this estate. It's got to go with me. It's got to go in the dumpster. I've got to send it away. Okay, so back at it. This is where I thought I saw something cool and I want to take a look. And these both had locks on them here. So there would have been some sensitive files, but maybe some better items in here. So this, I think, this is going to be photo album. So this is probably something, yeah, these are photos that the father took. So I did mention to his son that I'm going to leave these here for him. If he wants some, he can take them. But if he doesn't, I ask him to leave them because, you know, they may not have a whole lot of value. I can find somebody who would really appreciate them. So I imagine that's what these are all going to be, is just his photographs, yes. But I think it was down here where I found this. So the cover says Canadian Postmasters Association, 1977. So it says Medallic First Day cover from 77. But what makes these a little bit different and more collectible is that they've got commemorative coins and medallions on them here. So this one here is for Queen Elizabeth II, the year again, 1977. It doesn't say what this coin is, I don't think. There it is right there. Limited edition proof sterling silver. So that's going to be probably an ounce or close to it. Oh, 15. So 15 to 20 per book. Oh, and there's a couple on this one. So there should be at least 20 in each one, maybe even 25. Times $10, $15 each. So that could be $250, $300 in that book right there. And what I noticed that there were a few of them here. So this is from 1975. Yeah, here we go, same thing. So this is going to help pay for removing stuff out of the house, because you're going to see as we go along here, there's a lot of rooms that have items that are only really good for donation or maybe throwing off to an auction cheap or garbage in general. So it looks like we've got 4 of them in here, which is a really good sign. And up here we've got, oh, some nice early photos here by the looks of it. Collected through some sort of set. They're kind of different. I've never seen them before, so I don't know if they have any value or not. Some more photos here. More photos. Family photos. So I guess the big find here is going to be the 4 booklets with the first day covers and the silver coins in them. So super happy about that, because I don't want to sell off all these books to try and recoup that money. I'd rather wholesale these and donate a lot of them. Okay, so we did a little digging in the den. We came up with a couple cool surprises. I'm sure there's going to be more. But as you saw, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to have to be thrown out, donated, shredded, and clearly thousands of books to go through one by one as well and find homes for. Okay, so there's a fun piece that I wasn't expecting in here. This is an old, is this tin? This is a plastic Plastic and metal, a wind-up Mickey Mouse. So he's basically an acrobat. He's going to flip around on there. I'm going to set him up, see if he still works. So it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've been here since about 5:30, just looking after logistics, ordering a dumpster, which actually just came, so it only took about 2.5 hours to get here. So last night, which was actually part one of this video, I gave you a quick walk through the house, and we started digging through the den where we found some pretty cool stuff to start with. We're going to continue in there right now, and then move on to another room in the house. Okay, so here we are back in the den now. So we've got a million books to go through. Fortunately, there's a lot of really good books in here. Special interest, there's lots of books on history, a lot of nonfiction, biographies, and a giant wall full here. We do have to dismantle and remove these giant cabinets, which is not going to be an easy task. Fortunately, the dumpster's already here, but I don't have any help until at least Saturday, if not Monday. Today's Friday, which is day 2. But I'm going to have to go through these pretty thoroughly and decide what I want to take back with me, what I want to donate, and what I can send to auction. So last night, the big find we pulled out was right here in this bin. I did see these when I was previewing the house, and that's what really kind of made this room worth my while, is these old Canadian Postmaster Association binders here. They're full of first day covers. Each one has a sterling silver medallion inside of it. There's about 20 in each one, and there's 4 of those. So that's going to help offset the cost of getting these bookcases out of here, the labor, the books, and everything else, because it's going to fill the dumpster pretty quickly. So I may have to fill a couple of those by the time the house is done, because these cabinets are pretty large as it is. So outside of all the books we can see here, there are some cupboards below. And I've already gone through these ones below. This is where I pulled out the first day covers with the medallions. There's a lot more down here. This cupboard here is virtually empty. It's just got some little small Bibles in here. There might be a little bit of value. There's a couple older ones here, but Bible's the most common book in the world, so worth lotting up maybe and sending to auction. But there is a little stash of items on the floor near the bottom here I want to take a look through as well. Now these look like family albums, and if that's the case, yes, they're going to stay right here. We've got some what looks like empty binders here. There's a little bag of books. Dump these out. Okay, so looks like some vintage children's books. That's not politically correct, but collectible, but it's been taped on the binding, so that's a bit of a write-off. So these are pretty common, and we've got a couple more in here. Okay, so not too much there. This looks interesting though. I'm just gonna dump this out on the floor. Okay, so we've got an old stereoscope here. This is a nice early one. This is a piece here that holds a card, and oh yes, there are some cards here. So if you're familiar with Viewmasters, this is the predecessor here. It's got 2 of the same image on each card, so when you look at it through the viewer, it makes it look like it's in 3D. So this one's actually in pretty good condition. It's got everything there. We've got a nice little stack of cards, and it looks like there might be some more in this bag here. Yeah. So these are always fun. I do have a couple guys that collect these. A lot of the cards aren't overly collectible, but you find 1 or 2 in here, depending on the subject matter, they can be worth $20, $30, upwards of $100 in some cases. So that's a cool little find in here, because I wasn't really buying this den for the books. So we've got a little box. Okay, that's just some recipes. Another photo album. A lot of just little miscellaneous books and odds and ends here. Something in this little container. Okay, so there's a fun piece that I wasn't expecting in here. This is an old, is this tin? This is a plastic and metal, a wind-up Mickey Mouse. So he's basically an acrobat. He's going to flip around on there. I'm going to set him up, see if he still works. There he goes. Still works. It's all still there. Okay, so that's a nice early piece there. That's going to be probably 1930s, 1940s. This is early Mickey here before, his face changed basically. He's got the old like Pac-Man looking eyes here. So that's a really nice find in here. I can only guess at value. I would guess that this is at least $100. So I'm really happy with that one. That's going right back to the shop. Okay, so that's it for the hardcore digging in the den. The books are a whole different animal. Maybe we'll find some cool stuff tucked inside a book, behind some books. But outside of that, the key pieces in here are going to be this really nice teak filing cabinet here with the timbre door that slides up. We've got a nice teak bookcase here as well. We've got the toy we just saw. We've got the silver medallions in here. We've got the nice little crate, the fountain pens. We've got a handful of newer stamps. Not a whole lot else around here so far. But I did pull out a couple cool books worth mentioning here. And this little oddity as well, so you can see this in the light. I pulled this out of the desk. This is, if I can zoom in on it and get a clearer picture, this is a fetus of something. I have no idea what it is. It's not labeled, but I've got a friend who actually collects these, so this is going to be a gift to him. This is a book I'm going to keep. This is a South Beach Deco, basically talking about the Art Deco movement, Florida. So this has really made a comeback. It's called Art Deco Revival now, or Memphis style, postmodern, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually redecorating my living room in this style. So this is really good inspiration. I pulled out a book full of stamps. It doesn't look like there's anything super old and collectible in here, but I do have one stamp guy. There's not too many collectors for them anymore. This is a nice big book here. It's called Surgery and Illustrated History. So if you want a background into surgical methods going back to, probably medieval times or even before that, this is going to be a really cool book and probably hold some value as well. So that's it for the den right now until we actually start getting through the books. So we will revisit this place at some point, but that's it for today anyway. And on to the next area. Okay, we're going to make our way upstairs now. I really want to take inventory of what's here, do a little bit of digging, but I've got the dumpster in the driveway, and I'm going to try and guess if I'm going to need just the one or more dumpsters and how much labor I'm going to need. So we're going to stick our head into this first room here and see what we find. So there's not a whole lot in this room. It looks like the bed was removed, which is helpful. We do have a nicer chest of drawers here. Looks like we've got a map. Got a poster tube here, which is empty. I think I know what this is. Oh, there we go. We've got a nice little ukulele here. Macalla brand. Looks like it might be mahogany. That's a nice little ukulele. I've actually got one of my own as well. So that's a fun little find right away. A couple little religious books. Just some certificates. Typical dresser stuff. Yeah, this has all been emptied. And it looks like we've got a few things in the closet. We can pull some of this out. Okay, so we've more or less taken the contents of this little closet and we'll take a look and see what was in there. Just a couple throw pillows, an empty soup bag, and this little pile on the floor. Okay. So these almost look like cardboard records is what these are. So these are some fun little pieces here. We've got some little 45s, children's records, of course. Gene Autry sings Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's a nice early one there. So it looks like this is what this is, a whole stack of those children's records. So these would be probably 78 RPM. I have to take a closer look at those. So they're worth putting aside. Got a little shoebox with some doll clothes and Oh, just some old little brass bells. Another shoebox with dollhouse toys. An old clothing box here. And okay, this one's got some older dolls in it. Now, I don't know a whole lot about old dolls. They're really not my specialty. I can research them pretty quickly. This one here is actually wearing some ice skates, so that's a little bit different. I think, the internet's going to be my friend on this one here, as far as researching these goes. So I'll put them aside and take a closer look at those later. We'll pack them up. There's a box here that says a christening chest. We'll see if that's what's in here. So whatever this is, looks like it's never been used. So this looks like maybe not a christening chest, but maybe a christening outfit. It's very well made, whatever it is. And the last thing to come out of there was just this little bag with, looks like some clothing maybe? So yeah, this looks like maybe some children's clothing. Some nice looking lace. Yeah, you can see the snaps here on the back. We'll pack all this up. So that's not a bad start for the closet. Move over to the corner here. We've got a couple prints. And a basket with VHS movies in it. And we've got our little bookcase here. It's nice. This is solid wood. And it's full of books. More books, more books, more books. So there's going to be a lot of books to go through in this house. There's a used leather chair in the corner here. It looks pretty comfortable. Probably not old enough or cool enough to sell in my shop. But should be able to find that a new home. Looks like some nail polish. Makeup. And I will check perfume bottles for designer brands, because even partially full bottles have some value sometimes. Small little table here, not quite what I'm looking for. We'll just find that a new home. Some odds and ends on a desk. Oh, an old iPod. That's kind of cool. They hold value, even the older ones. We've got some cables, even a couple cell phones. I'll ask if they're taking them. If not, I can wipe them clean and sell them to somebody. And on the wall, we've got some prints on the wall. I've walked past these. This one here is a limited one. So I will pull these off and they'll be worth looking at. But some of them will be strictly a donation. They don't really hold a whole lot of value. So there's not a whole lot in this room, which is good. There's not a whole lot to clear out. We've got an old office chair that's got to go with a dumpster. But not a whole lot. A few things worth taking back to the shop. Some items that will be donated. And that's it for this room. Okay, on to the next room. I saw a couple things in here that caught my eye when I did my walkthrough before we agreed on the purchase. So we've got a little shelf here. So this is basically some religious stuff here, it looks like. Some envelopes. Just a little household odds and ends. More paper items. So this is all just garbage here. I've got a box here for a Bose speaker. It's empty. It'd be nice if that's in the house somewhere. That one's not cheap. Got some bubble mailers, magazines, a couple used stamps. Oh, we've got a kazoo. I wonder if that still works. Okay, I don't know how that works. We'll put that back down. There's another one here. Figurine. Got a vintage alarm clock. So we've got some boxes here for an iPhone, iPad. So I opened one before and it was empty. Maybe that's what those phones were in the other room. Yeah. Empty. 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 We've got some chargers and accessories here. Oh, there's a Sony e-reader. I don't know if these really have much value. I'll put that aside. It's actually, the boxes are all here for this stuff if I do find it. Here's a little portable radio. Here's an empty box for a MacBook. There's another Bose speaker box, empty. So I'm really hoping I find this stuff. It's nice to have the manuals. That's not a cheap speaker. I actually had that one before. I just replaced it. That's over $200 new. Something here in a case. I don't know if that's going to be a camera or what this is. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's looks like a Super 8mm camera with the case there. They're always fun, even just to put on a shelf. So that's a cool find. Okay, something here looks kind of older. There's a couple older card games maybe. The game of Lost Air. That's kind of fun. Junior Trivia. This might be one of these puzzle block games. Yeah, it's got the picture. Okay, numerous pictures. And then it's got these little blocks here. They make up a couple different scenes just by turning them on different sides. So they've got a little bit of value. $20, $30. That's worth putting aside. And another one at the bottom called the Junior Architect. Let's see. Oh, the box is really brittle. I'm just going to put that aside with the other ones and go through that one later. Oh, we've got an old Wrinkles dog here. So I'm an 80s kid. I remember these came out. So it's a puppet. You stick your hand in the back. You can make his mouth move. These are really cute and they are collectible. This one's nice and clean. I'll put that aside with some toys. Got a little Coca-Cola can coin bank. Got a few things in it. Just some eyeglass cases. Whoa, and some really 90s looking sunglasses. A Garmin GPS. These are really outdated now, so they don't really have any value. Empty box from another GPS. Cordless phone, Bibles. A couple bags here. Okay, so it's rocks. It's rocks. And more rocks. I'll look at them closer later. I don't know if there's going to be some fossils here or arrowheads. And that's the thing I really want to go through right now. But in the corner here, we've clearly got some sort of instrument. Looks like a brass instrument here. So I guess that would be a trumpet. Well, it looks very clean. I don't know if that logo is a name or not. But this could be a student trumpet, so it wouldn't have a whole lot of value, but I'm going to pack that up and I'll take a closer look at that and see if it's got some value. It's going to have some regardless. I'm not going to try and play it for you right now. And then there's still something in the corner here. Okay, so some air pump. This almost looks like camping gear. Oh, it's a inflatable mattress with a pump. And that's probably the pump. We do have an antique dresser here. Really not what I'm looking for. One thing I'm having a problem right now is finding an auction house nearby that's taking items on consignment, but also somebody that can get here in a timely fashion, or I've got to pack it up and drop it off myself. So that's something I'm actively working on right now. So nothing too exciting here. I guess these are like batons for twirling. And yeah, this is empty. Oh, almost empty. Some linens. Oh, Some spoons I spilled all over the place. Well, the box says it's candles, but it's not. I'll take a closer look at these in the light to see if there's anything in there that's silver. If not, they'll just be donated. Little needle point in a frame. There's a tin. It's empty, but it's so cute. Little games, crib boards, fans, playing cards. Uno! This piece, which is just dirty, and apparently like the arms are missing from it. They don't know where they are, so this is just going to have to go in the dumpster. And not much else, but there is some jewelry in the closet, so we're going to take a quick look at that as well. Okay, so I've pulled out a couple of the boxes here. So I only looked through the top of a couple of these quickly when I was making the purchase. The son mentioned that there was going to be some good jewelry in there, but there's also going to be a lot of costume jewelry. The mother passed away about a year ago, so they've gone through all this and taken what they wanted. So we'll take a quick peek inside here and get a feel for it. I'm not going to have time to go through it all with you today. We've got a vintage watch here. This is probably only from the 50s. Little chain, pin, pendant. This little cross. Another chain with a crystal on it. Not much in there. So this is like the jewelry box I seem to see in every estate. I don't know where they sold this, but I see it all the time. So this one here looks like it might have some better stuff on the top. Looks like might be a sterling ring here. Another there. There's a nice little ring there. That one actually might be gold. I can't see up close. I'm wearing contact lenses, so I'll have to pull up my jeweler's loupe to take a closer look, but I would be surprised if that's a little gold ring. Maybe another little one there. Very small. A couple other nice pieces here. Little locket. These are usually just gold fill. I will take a closer look for a hallmark, but that's usually what they are. A couple more rings in here. Yep, so that could be another little gold ring. So that's a really good start. You never know what you're going to find. It seems like there's a lot of jewelry and the family's taken what they wanted. But I am banking on finding some good pieces in this collection because this job is going to cost thousands of dollars and, well, a lot of my time, probably a full week's worth of work and probably about 60 paid hours, plus the dumpster, transportation. So I'm really hoping to recoup a good chunk of my money and a profit off things like this. Here's a nice little pocket watch. Some coins here. Nothing really exciting jumping out here. Tokens, things like that. That looks like a watch fob. But I am seeing some value as I dig through this. So if this is a sign of things to come, we should do just fine on the jewelry. I gotta kind of move quickly. I don't really have time to dig through all this stuff because I am on a timeline. Looks like there may be some sterling odds and ends in here, some earrings, some costume pieces. Kind of more of the same in here. Looks like a lot of silver kind of coming through there. So some fun stuff. It will add up. You know, the gold is always nice. You know, scrap value, that's okay. It takes a lot longer to sell the actual rings, especially if it's older stuff and it's small sizes. It doesn't really fit many people's hands anymore. So I'm really happy with that. If I can get a few $1,000s worth of jewelry, that's really going to help look after the cost of this estate and maybe get me into the black. Okay, so now seems like a good time for a break. I've been here for almost 24 hours now, and I've got to go home and get my trailer, some clothes, some supplies, and come right back here and get right back at it again because I'm going to be pretty much camped out here for at least a few more days. So when I come back, we're going to be going through a very packed living room and a very packed dining room. You're not going to want to miss that because there's tons of stuff to go through. A very good find. Even a meltdown value, this is going to be worth something significant. So quick side note, I'm noticing that about 80% of you currently watching this video are not subscribed to this channel. And if you want to stay in the loop in this series and my other adventures, hit that big red button below before we move on. Anyway, the estate I purchased is about 2 hours away, and I just came back here to the shop to grab my trailer, some supplies, and some clothes to get me through the next few days. So now we're about to head back to the house for a couple more hours to do some hardcore digging around, hopefully find some more treasure before I call an end to this very long day. Okay, so this is probably one of my favorite rooms in the house, even though a lot of stuff is missing. This would be a really cool spot to hang out. We've got just a generic use chair here that's going to have to go in the dumpster tomorrow. There's a crokinole board back here. And we've got a nice modern leather chair here. Again, late 70s, early 80s. Really my style. It's a nice kind of camel brown color. It does have some marks on the arm here. Might be able to clean that up enough with some cleaner and conditioner to reuse it. So I may take my chances with that one. Now, if you look up through the room, we've got this giant installation here that goes all the way along this wall, through the corner, to the other end. So this is going to stay, and the new owners can decide what they want to do with it. But we're going to take the contents out anyway. So these shelves here are full of these silver or silver plated little, I don't know, chalices, wine glasses, whatever you want to call them. I can go in the light here. Now, as far as I know, pretty much all of these are going to be silver plate. I will take a closer look at them. Most of them are the same pattern. If there's any sterling, that's a huge bonus. If not, these are going to be sold wholesale in a couple lots. Looks like we've got a couple carvings here. Some sort of little tapestry. That's kind of nice. There seems to be a few of these lying around, so I'll gather all them up. We've got a speaker down here. Oh, here we go. So this is a nice Bose speaker here. Pretty modern. It's got Bluetooth on it, so that's cool. I think I saw the box for this upstairs, actually. Let's see if there's anything in the store here. Nope. So that's a fine piece there. This is not just a whole bunch of cheap plastic. This is a really heavy metal. So I'm going to take a closer look at that there. Not something I recognize. Oh, we've got the playing pieces for the crokinole board, so I'll throw them aside. Oh, here's a nice little harmonica, Alpina. Looks like a German one. I'm not familiar with that one, but even with a few dents on it, that's probably $20 even on a bad day. Oh, we've got a couple recorders. I used to play this in public school. I was pretty proud of it. I haven't picked one up in a long time, but you never know. I might play a song before the night's over. I think I still may remember like Three Blind Mice or something. This is going to be part of what? Maybe like a plastic flute? Looks like there's another recorder here. There's something in this bag. Oh, it's going to be another... Holy... So they must have had like a recorder jamboree in the house or something at some point, because there's 4 or 5 of them in here. They're only worth $15, $20 each unless it happens to be a really good name. But who doesn't love a good recorder? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a soprano recorder. 5. So it was a full-out party. I'm not sure what that is here. Wooden spoons. So the whole family would play along. They've got the piano, they've got the recorders, they've got the spoons. I found a ukulele, I found a trumpet. So a very musical family for sure. And I can appreciate that. I grew up around a lot of music. Oh, there's a tin whistle. I play the recorder, I play the ukulele, I play the bass guitar. So we've also got the matching sofa to go with the chair. This is going to have to go in the dumpster. Thrift stores just won't take soft furniture for fear of bed bugs. A little pewter cup here. There's a nice early medicine bottle with some embossing. And up here we've got a model sailboat, a carving, a little small lantern. Looks like there's a carved duck up there. Really nice print on the wall here. I like this one. It doesn't look like it's anything really spectacular, not signed, but a really nice image. The artist name right there. I noticed this here. This is kind of curious. I don't know if this is an indigenous piece or not. Some sort of fur. I'm not sure what this is. This was lying on. Oh, that looks like snake skin. So I don't really know what these do, but I'm putting them aside. More carvings, more pewter. I'm finding a lot of pewter in here, it seems. You're going to see a whole lot more pretty soon. So maybe I can find a taker for a lot of this stuff. This is kind of interesting here. This looks like almost some sort of drum. And I think it is, actually. Yeah, it's got a skin on the top there. A little worse for wear, but this could be an early piece. Definitely. Oops, crap. Okay, hopefully that just fell apart and didn't break. I was trying to move it to the light for you, give it a better look. So this is all hand carved. And we've got the drumsticks here, and then here's the skin. And it was just kind of sitting on top like this anyway. So that's a little bit different. We've got some more carvings here. These are wood. Here's a nice little soapstone one here. So that would be an indigenous piece, probably from Canada. Another there. A couple little stoneware pieces. This one's a little bit different. There's not much light in this corner. What does it say? Deptford? I'm not too sure. I'll look that one up. We've got a carved duck, kind of a decoy. It's kind of a nice piece there. A couple little brass pieces, or these are like little jewelry boxes. They're kind of different. We've got a lot of CDs here. So this gentleman is a big fan of classical music. So that's mainly what we're going to see here in the CDs and more. We've got, the son pulled these out for me yesterday when I first came through the estate. These are some Hungarian artist posters here. Now, I haven't had a chance to look these up. He showed them to me. Not the greatest condition. It's been taped on the seams, but it would still look good frame. So they may turn into something decent. I really like the subject matter on them, the colors. Here we go. So I have no idea what this says. I don't know. I don't know any Hungarian at all. I can only guess at what some of these words are going to mean, but they're different. They're definitely worth looking into anyway. Okay, anything in this drawer? Okay, a whole lot of CDs. So there's going to be a lot of classical, but I do see a little bit of early rock and roll. The Platters, Little Richard, Best of the 60s. Couple drawers here. Ooh, cassette tapes. Lots of classical. So I'm just going to close that back up. I love cassettes. I love all this media, but I'm just mainly looking for rock and roll and a bit of jazz. There is a little bit of that stuff in here, but not the type of rock and roll I'm looking for. I want the Bon Jovi, the Dokken, the Def Leppard. He's got Neil Diamond, Rita McNeil, Fats Domino. Not that it isn't good music, it's just not what I'm looking for right now. Got a little stack of vinyl here. Again, really not what I'm looking for, but I'm going to go through all of them. I'm sure I'll pull a few out. Some out of curiosity, because I just want to hear what it is. Some I'll actually listen to. But the bulk of this will get donated. Maybe some will get put through auction. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, there's a whole big stack right through here. We've got more CDs. We've got more cassettes. More vinyl. More CDs. This piece caught my eye when I first came in. This looks like so I don't really know any Hungarian. This could actually be even German. But I can tell that it's a biscuit tin. I know that much by Ferdinand Stemmler. It looks quite early. It's got great graphics on it here. You can see an old image of the factory saying that it was established in 1788. I don't know how easy it's going to be to find this because it's not in English, but that one's definitely going back to the shop with me. And I'm going to take my time trying to find out what that is because that's one of the coolest pieces in this room. And here's another fun piece here too. This is a J. Dodd's soda water bottle here. So this is really heavy glass. It's a really nice kind of peach color. It looks a little more orange on the camera right now, but these are always really solid sellers. $50 upwards to $150, depending on the company, the color, the condition. This one here is safe to say is probably getting $50 to $75 as long as it's not banged up on top there. More CDs. A book with CD, How to Play Ukulele. I learned on the internet. Thank you, YouTube. Okay, so there's some little trinkets in this one here. We've got little brass bells, a little totem pole. This is nice. This is a little small gold gilt frame. This would be for a tintype photograph. So I'm going to put that aside because I've always got a handful of tintypes lying around, but the frames are harder to find. I can almost predict what's going to be in a lot of people's record collections at this age. Now, this gentleman's an exception to the rule because it's almost all classical, but I do see one sneaking out here on the corner, and I can tell just looking at that, that's going to be Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. This must have been pressed 1 billion times because I see it everywhere. Boom, there it is. Herb Alpert and Tijuana Brass, going places. I think I meant to put this in my own collection because it keeps popping up and I've never actually kept one. I did throw it on my Spotify once, and there's some okay music in there. It's good dinner music. It's pretty hilarious, so I guess I'm going to put that in the keep pile. The CD towers actually come in handy. I'm starting to hoard these now. I'm starting to hoard some rock and roll CDs. It's the last media they actually made that's tangible. You can hold it in your hand. You can look at liner notes, read the lyrics to the songs. I'm predicting in the next couple of years, these are going to come back red hot. Just as everybody's throwing out all their collections right now or selling bins of them for $2. So I'm going to be that guy that hoards them all and has a couple thousand ready to go when they get hot again. Okay, that's it for the living room. So not a whole lot to clear out of here, which is nice. Should be able to pack up this stuff pretty quickly. A lot of it for donation and some stuff for the dumpster. So next room is going to be the dining room. Okay, so we're going to move into the dining room now. So I'm really excited about this room. Because it's packed. This whole buffet is packed. I haven't gone through it. I just poked my head in before I made the purchase. The table's full of stuff. We've got a big cabinet in the corner here full. There's stuff on the floor. Lots to look at here. It's all full of modern furniture, probably from the late 70s, early 80s. Really trendy right now. Just beautiful stuff. A lot of stuff is going to go back to the shop. This giant buffet, if we can get this into a few pieces to make it easier to move, this will be going back to the shop. And maybe some stuff on top or inside of it. Let's take a look. So we've got some everyday pottery. Looks like some Mexican, South American pieces here, maybe. This is a nice little handmade jug. 1995. But I've seen a few other pieces lying around that may be from the same artist. So I'm going to put this aside. I'm not going to dismiss it. It could be an important artist. It's a nice black kind of matte finish with a glossy kind of pattern on it. There you can see. Some everyday pieces. You know, there's a larger vase here. Here's some sort of decanter as well. So there's some more pewter here. We've got a little candelabra, a couple matching candle holders here. Pewter's pretty nice. I don't mind this stuff. It does do pretty well in my shop if it's a little more ornate or different, like these little pieces here. But again, a lot of this stuff looks like it may be like Mexican, Central American, South American. Can't see what that says. Then we're gonna have a lot inside to go through here. So we've got a lot of stemware here. This is a little different though. This isn't the everyday cheap stuff you see. This is all black. I don't know who made this. based on what I've seen so far, they did spend some money on their serving pieces. So I'm going to take a closer look at those and see if there's anything attributed to them. If not, they're still very nice. As you see, we've got them in a few different sizes here. And some everyday stuff. That's empty. Just some, yeah, just some pressed glass. Nothing too exciting there. So there's lots in here. We'll just kind of start pulling a few things out here and make a mess, I guess. Some nice serving pieces here. So there could be some nice designer names here. I don't know if, Maxwell Williams is one of them. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do pull out some better quality items. Okay, so here we go. Here's a giant thing full of souvenir spoons. So, for the most part, they don't have any value. Maybe 50 cents each. But if we can pull some out that are sterling, well, then they're worth their weight in silver. I don't know what it is right now. Is it maybe 65 cents a gram in Canada? I can't remember. I just sold some today. I should know better. We've got some napkin rings. Those could be pewter again. More small spoons and souvenir ones as well. Some look like stainless here, silver plate. Again, I'm going to put all these together and take them back to the shop. And when I've got some time and I've got my magnifier, we'll go through them one by one, checking them for silver content. Shakers. So these are going to be likely cutlery as well. So they don't look like anything overly interesting, but it's going to depend on the name, which I'm wearing contact lenses, so I can't see this stuff up close right now. I'm going to put them aside, take another second look. They don't really look like sterling, but who knows? Sometimes it just depends on the maker and the pattern. It doesn't always have to be, sterling silver to be worth something. 8 dessert forks with emblems. So looks like there's going to be a partial set in here. So there's more here. Lots of this to go through. I'm not going to go through it all right now. It's going to take a while. Coasters, napkin rings. That could be silver. So, a lot of this silver in here, if there happens to be souvenir spoons or just odd pieces of cutlery, I only sell them for meltdown. If we find partial sets or good serving pieces, they're worth more to sell as a serving piece. We've got candlesticks. More serving pieces. Oh, I'm spilling salt all over the place. What a mess. More cutlery. So let's go through. So here's some crystal. There's some pinwheel crystal. This used to be very popular, very collectible. Now it only sells for a fraction of what it used to. It's something that I will sell. It likely won't be in the shop. Okay, got that mess cleaned up. Let's see what's under here. Just some glass bowls. Some table mats. This is all run-of-the-mill stuff here. More cutlery. So I'm going to take a closer look at this. Let's see what this says on the back here. Okay, so it turns out this is a really nice find. I was able to zoom in here. This is marked sterling on the back. This is a full set in here. This is all the same pattern. There's an exception of a few pieces here on the end, but it looks like most of this is all the same pattern. So this is a very good find. Even a meltdown value, this is going to be worth something significant. If it turns out it's a collectible pattern, it'll be worth even more. And we've got a lot of pieces scattered throughout here that are different patterns, just odd pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more sterling there. Wasn't expecting it. I looked in here quickly before. It looked like, half stainless and plate. But here we are with a bunch of sterling. Here's a bunch of larger pieces here. So one thing to mention about the knives is the only part that's sterling is going to be the handle, but they're going to be weighted with like a cement inside. The blade's going to be stainless steel. So you're not going to get much silver value out of these ones unless you literally tear it apart and gut it, and there's not much left. It'd be nice to sell this as a set and not have it melted down. So we're going to see how that goes, but super excited about that. I was waiting for something like that to come along because, as you saw, there's a lot of just everyday stuff here that's only really good for donation, a few dollars here and there. I don't put all this stuff in my store, maybe 10% of it. We've got some of the cloths here. We've got some gold-plated pieces. They really don't have much value for the most part, unless it happens to be a really good name. A few more odds and ends there. So, okay, that's awesome. Really happy with that drawer. We've got some tablecloths, lots of tablecloths, Christmas, doilies. I've got an avocado set. I've never seen an avocado set. I eat these every day. Look at this. Okay, so that's going home with me for sure. Okay, just some everyday plates and dishes here. A lot of this is going to be silver plate. I can tell just looking at it. See, there's a little bit more here. I will look at it, but I can almost tell like on the finish of some of this and the weight that it is going to be a silver plate over copper or brass. And it's more of the same down there. So I'm not going to bother pulling that out right now. We've got this kind of... knock yourself over. Okay. We've got a nice kind of modern gold tone console table here. I really like this piece. I may be taking this one home to go in my own kind of loft space. So we've got some pressed glass. We may have a couple of crystal pieces here by the looks of it. I don't get too excited about this sort of thing. Not a whole lot of value. We've got a punch bowl set. Almost every estate has one in it. Very popular wedding gifts, anniversary gifts. Most of them were never used. If these ever make a comeback, I'm going to kick myself for donating them all. Now here's a nice little set here. I've had a lot of these. These are all solid teak salad bowls here. We've got a set of 5. Maybe a 6 lying around. And we've got the large serving one here. Really nice look. They're easy to clean. If they get a little bit like stained or dried, you can just rub some vegetable oil on them. You can clean them with a little bit of steel wool. They kind of last forever. And we've got a fondue pot here. I've got a fondue party coming up at the end of this month, actually. This is a nice one here. It's got a nice enamel finish. It's got some weight to it. It's not the cheap department store brand you would normally see. And they're getting popular. Fondue parties are coming back. And it's not that kind of fondue party. It's not the kind where I show up and leave my keys and a dish at the door. Just some friends gathered around having a good time. Here's a nice little modern vase. But so here's another piece of pottery by that artist. Again, 1997 this time. I can't make out what that says, but I'm going to research that. What do we got here? Ooh, here we go. Charles and Di. It's our wedding plate there. You know, this was a big deal when it came out. Now I can hardly give this stuff away. And, you know, he's the king now, but nobody really seems to care. The monarch is kind of going by the wayside these days. They're more a novelty than anything else. Nothing personal, it's just a fact. More royalty. I'm just going to donate this stuff unless I find something that's a little bit more collectible in here. Now we've got a pile on the floor still, so it just keeps coming and coming. We've got a nice 5-gallon crock. It's Medelta Pottery from Medicine Hat, Alberta, so that's a better name. We seem to have a really random mix of glasses in here. We've got like what looks like maybe some depression glass. It's an old coffee tin. Oh, it looks like a little nesting hen in this one here. I've got a customer that is looking for these. Nicole, if you're watching, I will put this aside for you. It's a little box here. I have to open every box I find. It drives me nuts. Oh, there's an old razor. That's kind of nice. So that's, you know, probably $20, $30 vintage razor there. Kind of cool. Put that aside. And let's talk about the big pieces here. We've got this beautiful dining set that matches the buffet over there. So again, the house was built in '79. These people moved in when it was new. So I wouldn't be surprised if this dining set is from that time, maybe a little bit before or a little bit after. So it's not teak. It looks a little bit like oak to me. But it's very beautiful set, very modern design, as you can see. It does have an extra leaf inside the table. Beautiful condition. This is definitely going back to the shop. It's in great shape. The upholstery's good. It's probably been redone at some point. This piece here I mentioned on the walkthrough. This is a brutalist style gold tone lamp, chandelier, I guess. I want to take this out of here. I may have a spot for it in my own space. If not, I'll sell it. But 9 times out of 10, new homeowners will replace these fixtures and they will end up in the garbage. And the last piece to look at here is this large cabinet. And there's more pewter on top, which I'll have to look at closer when I've got a little step stool. And cups and saucers. So not really my jam. My mom loves this stuff, so I'm going to pack all this up for her and she can go through it and see if she wants any of it to resell. Oh, we've got a little bit of a bar in here. A lot of stuff I've never heard of. I don't know if this is going to be like Polish stuff or not. Oh, that's some expensive tequila. That looks vintage. A couple shots left in there, so that might help me get through the night here. More pewter. But this is a nice little set here. It looks like we've got the teapot here. Very Art Deco looking on this one here. And it's all hammered. I'll get this in better light here. Does that help? I'm just going to hold it. There we go. So this is nice. A little dent there. Not a big deal. Very Art Deco looking though. Probably 1920s. I'll have to find a maker's mark on this somewhere. And we've got the matching creamer and the sugar. And maybe even, it's maybe a trivet doesn't match that, but I would be surprised if 1 or 2 of these trays go with it. So I'm going to take a closer look at those. Oh, look at this. There we go. There's all the help I need right there. Pewter marks of the world. So that's going to save me some time. I mean, I could jump on Google, but flipping through this quickly could help as well. Okay, so that's the bulk of this. And we've still got more down here. Okay, we've got a big platter here. It looks like ironstone. These are kind of nice. So this, again, here's that artist again. I got to find who this is. So, but it's really well done and really attractive. And it seems to be scattered throughout the house. So this could have been a family friend maybe. Maybe even a family member for all I know. But we've got these little shallow bowls here. That's all by that artist anyway. Here's a studio piece here, a little teapot. And more just some generic cups and saucers for everyday use here. Napkin rings. Yeah, some more generic pieces here. There's some vintage, but not really worth mentioning. Another, again, this is an older one. Okay, so again, here's another piece by this artist here. So really nice. If you feel the texture, it's really cool, but you guys can't feel it. So the son's going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to ask if he knows who this person is. Maybe he could save me some time. And just nice, like black glass. I love this stuff. It's pretty timeless. Matches everything. And seems like a little bit more common stuff here. Yeah, that's all that is. It's just common pieces. Some nice, 70s modern stainless steel and teak or rosewood. Wow, if that doesn't say 80s, nothing does. I love that image there. That's pretty cool. Look at that, eh? That's really regal. Yeah, so yeah, we've got some Christmas themed, looks like. Welcome home. So I'll go through this stuff a little bit more later, but nothing in here really jumping out at me. So there's a lot to sort through in this room. As you can see, there's going to be a lot of donations in here. A handful of pieces I'll be taking back, and some big and heavy furniture that we're going to have to move out of here into my trailer and keep it in one piece and get it back home safely. So this is a really cool room. There's a couple more pieces lying around here, as you can see. I'm really happy about this one, though. I think there's going to be some decent value in this. We got the sterling cutlery set there at the bottom. We've got a bunch of stuff on top there. Wild card pieces. A lot of donations, though. But one of my favorite rooms by far. Okay, so it's about 9:30 at night now. I've been going since about 4:45 this morning on a few hours sleep, so I'm pretty wiped out. We saw a lot today. We did a lot of digging. It seems like we found something cool in every room we went through, and we still have a lot more to go. We still have the kitchen. We still have a big basement full of stuff to go through. We still got a garage and then some. I can't remember. I'm really excited to really plow through this place and see what else we find, and getting it really cleaned up too. So we've got an old checker set, and oh, there we go. There's a cool piece right there. Hey gang, and welcome back. It's bright and early on a Saturday morning. We're gonna start in the kitchen, move through a living room, and then probably the garage after that. We'll see how that goes. But fingers crossed, we've been finding some really fun stuff in almost every room we've been in so far. So there's probably still a lot of treasure to be found. So let's get started. Okay, so we had some really good luck in the dining room. Now it's time to move on to the kitchen. So we've got some everyday utensils. We do have a vintage stoneware utensil holder there. That's worth holding on to. A couple large bowls here, good for mixing. And let's see. So these are just cupboards with stuff that's got to get pitched. Everyday dishes in this one. Oh, there's a vintage beer mug up there. I may pull that down. Oh, we've got a Lauenbrau German stoneware stein here. They're always a good seller. Maybe some strainers or fruit bowls here. They're different. Somebody will like those. Right here next to it though, here's a little basket full of old cutlery. So there's no way this was their everyday use stuff. So maybe this was pulled out from a cupboard somewhere and the owner put it here. So these are pretty cool. We'll have to check these for sterling marks on them. I wouldn't be surprised if at least a few are. Yeah, that's a sterling one. So that could be a pretty good little pile there. If even, 5 or 10 there, that could be $30, $40, $50 worth of silver. If there's more than that, well, great. So I'm gonna put them aside. And we've got some drawers. So that's like the Tupperware drawer, clearly. And we've got pots and pans. Okay, so here's the vintage spice drawer here. If you want some old school tasting spices in here. Some of these have been here for a little while, clearly. Okay. All right, so we've got a nice little kitchen table here. Looks like that's pine here. Well made, though. It's got a painted base. I don't know if it was always like that. I'm not sure this is a custom set. The chairs don't match it because they're oak. But this is a really nice looking table here. I wouldn't be surprised if it is an antique one. It's been refinished a little bit. You can see in the light it's got some wear on it. It's also got these hand notch pieces in here that would have attached it to the skirt underneath. So that's the hallmark of a quality table. This is kind of cool, but it's a reproduction. It says olive dairy, pure milk cream. But these are old. Here's a couple early canning jars here. We've got a ball. They're both ball by Mason. Nice aqua color on them. They've got early zinc lids. So these are probably $15, $20 jars. This is a reproduction miniature cast iron stove. They do sell. I could probably get about $30 for this if it's complete. This is kind of nice, even if it isn't vintage. We've got a paperweight here, so this is all like an acrylic with a nice big piece of amethyst in it. Okay, so this is like the drawer with the tools and things in it. Oh, there's another iPod. I think it's the second or third one I've seen so far. So I'm putting these aside. People do still buy the old iPods. This is probably an upgrade from the one I've got. I've been using in my car forever, which I haven't updated in about 8 years. And just a couple more cupboards up here. Okay, some stemware. This looks like just a very fancy strainer. And the last cupboard, cookbooks, napkins, the types of items you expect to find in the kitchen. All right, so that's it for the kitchen. Let's move along here because nothing too exciting in here. Now we're walking into this beautiful sunroom area here. See, it looks out into the yard. Right away, this is a nice piece here. It doesn't look like much at first glance, but This is teak. It just hasn't been oiled in a long time, so it's a little dry. But this would be a great little bookshelf. You could put CDs on it or DVDs on it. This is kind of a cool modern looking chair. It's oak. Maybe been recovered. The vinyl on it feels really cheap. I can see it's tearing already there. I could go back and forth on this one. The webbing on it has to be replaced. So this is probably going to be donated or maybe even thrown out. I've got enough projects. I've got enough stuff to pull out of here that I don't know if this one's going to be worth my while. I'm going to leave that maybe towards the end. See how much room I've got. See how much room I'm going to have in my storage locker. I'm not going to pay to have it recovered by any means or have the webbing redone, but maybe I can find a taker on it who will rescue it. I've got a busted up vase there, a couple crocs. This is a merchant crock. I'm going to put this one aside, put that up in the light. We'll look at these two items in a minute. Another one here, common crock, another common one by the looks of it. So I think these are some items that belong to his mother, she had as a child, or maybe his grandmother. As you can see, they are showing some signs of age here. We've got some cracking going on. I'm going to be extra careful with these because they do just fall apart. So we got 3. So these are the types of dolls that are usually for restoration. Some old school books. This one's got no eyeballs. That's always creepy. So probably not much value in these. They are worth investigating because there are some that do hold some value. Okay, we've got a mink stole. Okay, so this whole box is going to be vintage clothing accessories. Okay, so Frosh 28. So this is going to be from the University of Western Ontario in London. So this is an almost 100-year-old Frosh hat. Got some more fur. Not sure if it's a muff or what that is. Clothing. So I'm not going to pull all this out right now, but it looks like there's some decent stuff in here, some old linen stuff. My mother will know what a lot of this is, so that'll help. But as far as collectibles I'm looking for, I'm not seeing a lot, so we're just going to pack that back up, deal with that later. We've got a nice little coffee table here with a parquet top. It looks like it's teak, actually. It's a little hard to tell. Yeah, it looks like it's teak. It's got some marks on it here, but I can refinish that carefully. It is veneer, so you can't really put the sander on that too long or you'll end up with particle board underneath it. But this is one definitely worth rescuing. And if you can see underneath there, it says made in Denmark. So that's a good sign. I'm happy to see this piece in the living room. So most of the items in the kitchen, the living room here are going to be donation or thrown out, but we did end up with a nice coffee table here. We had a few smalls. We did get the nice kitchen table in the kitchen here, this nice little teak shelf. So overall not too bad, and not a whole lot to really pull out of here. There's a lot more in most of the other rooms in the house. Okay, so quick change of plans as far as the help goes today. My stepbrother stopped by for a visit. We talked a little bit, but he actually found some real movers for me for Monday morning. So I've got 2 strong guys coming by to help all day Monday and Tuesday if needed. So that's a huge relief. I don't have to count on myself moving a lot of heavy furniture, my brother, or anybody else I've got to bring from back home. I've got 2 guys local coming up to help with that. So now we're going to hit up the garage and see what we can find in there. Okay, here we are in the garage. So it's got quite a bit of stuff in it to go through. So there's a lot of gardening tools, shovels, rakes, everything you would need on a property like this. But they've actually got a crew that comes and does all the landscaping, the cleanup, snow removal. So they don't need any of this. There's literally just a few things in here that have to stay. That's going to be this little hand cart, set of snow tires, There might be one more thing, but I'll see it if it's in here. Got a handy little wagon here. Somebody's gonna like that. A couple pieces I'm really interested here is the mountain bikes. We've got a Rocky Mountain one here, and the other one is a Sama, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Garden hoses. And this is a really cool piece right here. This is an Eaton's brand push lawnmower here. So I've never seen this one before. I don't know if it's got a lot of value or not. It does have rubber on the tires there. So someone's got like that, probably just a display piece. So that's worth putting aside. And a quick reminder, I can't really have anybody coming to the property to pick up free stuff. This is a pretty private neighborhood. The house is a liability with a dumpster in the driveway as it is. We don't want to encourage any theft or vandalism. So I'm looking for basically collectibles, really good value items. There's an old tin back here. Dust Bane sweeping compound, so that's different. Doesn't have a lid, it's a little beat up, but not something I'm familiar with, so I'm gonna put that aside. That'll go back to the shop with me. And then over here, we've got another Rocky Mountain mountain bike. This one's pretty slick looking as well. Again, all the bells and whistles on it. So we've got everything from like pumps to levels, extension cords, more shovels. We've got an extension ladder here, that'll come in handy. So that's about it for the garage. I don't think I'm really gonna find anything in here that's collectible by going through these shelves. You can see it's just chemicals and cleaning supplies. So what you see is pretty much what you get in here. But we've still got a lot of house to go through, so let's go back inside the house and we're gonna move towards the basement next. Okay, time to start on the basement. So this is a really big space. There's lots of rooms, there's lots of stuff to dig through. We've already visited this room quickly. This is a walkthrough. There's not really much to look at, so we're only gonna spend a second here. It's basically, there's a print on the wall. There's a little kind of folky looking clock, a sewing table, and that's about it. So, and the appliances will be staying here. So there's nothing really worth talking about in here. We've got the cold cellar through here. We've already talked about this a little bit. We did a quick walkthrough at the beginning. If you want to see that, you can go back to the very first video in this series, but there's really not much in here for collectibles worth digging through. So we're going to make our way towards the first area where we might find some treasure, which is going to be a little crawl space under the stairs here. Let's see if I can find a light. There we go. So I poked my head in here quickly earlier, but it doesn't look like there's a lot, but I will look. We've got some luggage, bags, little ponchos, looks like. This is a small tent. So not items I need. A little too dated to donate to. We'll have to just throw those ones out. I don't like donating things that I know the thrift stores will throw out themselves because they've got to pay for dumpsters as well. So these are just basically empty bags under here. A couple sleeping bags. Again, these are really dated, so not really useful. So that's it for this one. So we'll skip through here and go into the workshop now. So this is where I'm hoping we can find a few gems because a lot of this stuff is strictly donation or garbage. We've got a lot of cabinets and shelves that all have to go. I've got to find a scrap metal guy for Monday, hopefully, to take these shelves out once I get them cleared. Some hardware. Oh, this looks kind of fun. Got a box of old catalogs. So this is an old Eaton's catalog here. So it says 1901. This is going to be a reproduction, I think, from the 70s. But they're still fun if you look through them. You're going to see what was for sale and what the prices were in 1901. We've got some long johns there. Graniteware, tinware. So these are really fun just to flip through. Good coffee table books. You know, if you're into vintage and antique items in general, these are really good resources to help you identify them. We've got another reproduction 1908 from Sears Roebuck here. 1976. This seems to be the most common catalog. I've seen this one everywhere, the spring and summer one. They must have produced a lot of those. Here's one of the best ones here. 1975 Eaton's catalog. This is the Christmas one. Sears had the Wish Book, but I love these because this is how the toys in it. Now, I wasn't born until 76, so it doesn't really apply to me, but there's a lot of, you know, really cool fashions in here. Some early Barbie there. Trains. I'm looking for the cool boy toys. Like, there should be some old G.I. Joes. Smash Up Derby. That's a classic 70s toy right there. These are all good ones to put aside. Candles. Oh, not much luck yet. Hopefully we find some more here because I'm seeing a lot of junk right now. Oh, this looks kind of fun. This is some old melamine dishes here, really 70s looking. We've got some dinner plates, some side plates, some cups, some bowls. These aren't part of the set, but they're cool. These are 1980s Tom and Jerry mugs. Those are cool. I put those in my shop, probably about $10 each, so I'm going to put them aside. Oh, there's a couple of nice little tins. Let's see if there's anything good here. Oh, like nesting tins. Tins and tins and tins. So these are really fun to look at. Like the Elmer vegetable one here, the asparagus one, like maybe like a $5 tin. This one here, mustard tin, no lid, literally only worth $1 or so. This one's just too worn out. That's nice, but pretty worn out. The Mother Parker, no lid. So these are probably just going in a stack, and if I find some more tins, maybe like some of these little wooden boxes, we'll lot those up for the auction, and someone will pay, you know, $10, $15 maybe for all of them. Decorative. Oh, here's some little toys. So a couple okay pieces in here. Some of it's, you know, 80s, some of it's newer. We'll see if I can find a whole bunch. Oh, here's a Fisher-Price boat. We've got a parachuter, it looks like. Yep, here's his parachute. So that's kind of fun. Another Fisher-Price dude in there. Little boat. We've got a drawer from something. Shoebox. Good. Oh, these are nice. So these are old rubber trains here. So these would be probably 1940s-ish, I'm guessing. This one here's got some damage on the back. The locomotive. We've got a second locomotive. So the rubber does get brittle after time. I'm sure they got some value. I wouldn't be surprised if, even beat up, I could get $20. These will go in the auction pile. I'd actually probably mix these in with the other toys we just looked at, unless I discover these have some more significant value on their own. Got a basket here. So there's a little old medicine bottle here with a stopper. So little medical type boxes here. Some are wood. Old White Rose matchbox if you're into the old oil and gas stuff. Little medical items, more of the same. A couple of screwdrivers. Oh, this is different. Oh, this is fun. You don't see these very often. This is an old mousetrap. So you see it's got a little door there. So you'd put this up and I think it would lock them behind it. I'm not too sure. It's got a modern mousetrap inside of it. Mousetrap snares at larger turns. So there's a newspaper clipping to go with it. So I can't remember exactly how this one works, but I know they are pretty collectible. So I'm going to put that aside. And I've only ever had a couple of these. I don't find them very often. You can see they're just made from simple wood and tin. So they wouldn't last that long. And people wouldn't keep them. They'd throw them out just like they do with mousetraps today once they've been used. So it's a fun little one to go through. Not a lot of value, but there's our matchbook there. So I can put a couple of those aside. They're about $5 each. You know, hopefully that's not like, you know, rat poison or anything I'm getting on my hands. I don't want to start hallucinating. So that's kind of fun. I'm gonna have to wipe my hands off after that one though. I don't like those looks of those bottles. Okay, I've washed my hands in case there's any rat poison in there. So we're back at it here. Couple of bins right here. Let's see if we get these open. Okay, so we've got an old checker set. And, oh, there we go. There's a cool piece right there. Be careful with this. Crazy Cop. Let's pull this out. So this is an old tin toy, likely wind-up. Yeah, there's the winder on the bottom there. This is going to be, well, looking at the picture, it's probably going to be from England. But nice to see the box. It's missing a couple of the flaps. Oh, what's in here? Oh, there's his hat too. So that's probably a rare piece there. The hat, that probably disappears quickly. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. I'm not familiar with this one, but if I had to guess, it looks complete. Let's see if it's still working. Yep, there he goes. Okay, so that's cool. That's probably the best piece we've found in the basement so far here. Because most of what we're seeing here is just junk for the most part, or at least donation. Let's see what else we got here. Looks like another older toy here, Umbrella Girl. Okay, so that looks like a celluloid girl. And let's see. Okay, so we've got a piece here. Maybe she sits on this, holds an umbrella. Something along those lines, maybe. Does that look about right? It's a wind-up as well. So looks like plastic or celluloid with a bit of tin. So that's probably got some value anyway, worth putting aside. This is... Oh, it's a little chick in a coop. I'm not going to fuss with that, but if you see here, there's a little wind-up chick in here in a coop. I think the coop's newer than the chick, but that'll be a vintage piece as well, worth putting aside. A little bit more. We've got a xylophone, a little piece with some blocks, bird whistles. The old cottage cheese and margarine tubs never fail. So yeah, these are cute. Everyone loves these. That one's not working. Couple of plastic toys. Oh, there's a little walking Pluto. Pluto. Yeah. Oh, that's a lack of sleep kicking in here. The Disney dog. We've got a tree stand here. Some lights. Lots of lights. You know, maybe some that haven't even been used yet. And in the corner, we've got more Christmas, but there's a nice little wooden crate. We've got the Forest City baking powder. So that's going to be from London, Ontario, because London is known as the Forest City. It also says Winnipeg down there. So we've got a vintage-ish table here. Wood, a little plain. I don't know if we're going to save that one or not. Some electrical items here. We've got some Christmas decorations, just newer. Looks like maybe more Christmas here. It would be really nice to find some vintage ones in here somewhere. Well, here we go. There's some vintage Christmas right here. Here's an old Santa with a reindeer. Oh, looks like it's maybe wind up. Or, oh yeah, it's wind up. It's got a little thing there for the key. That's kind of cool. So that's tin and plastic, or yeah, tin and plastic. So that's worth putting aside for sure. And looks like there's a second reindeer. I don't know if that attaches to it somehow. We'll see. We'll keep this all together. There's a little snowman, a little Santa ornament, a little chimney. This one doesn't look too old. So that's a nice little find. And we've got some tools, hardware, extension cords, usual workshop items on the wall here. A few older tools over here on the wall though. We've got a couple little hatchet type tools. Maybe a little like auto body type hammer there, a couple older wrenches. So these are worth looking at. I'll be looking for old tractor wrenches, maybe wrenches by Ford. So I'm going to pull them out in the light and look at those closer later. Generic ones like this are worth about $5. They've got a name on them, 10 and up. I've got some Tupperware. I'm tripping over boots like crazy as I go here. So these little cabinets here, they've got to be basically flattened and put in the dumpster. Not worth donating. No one's going to want them. Oh, there we go. We got a couple furs. So this one's a little bit different here. This isn't something I see every day. I'm not even sure exactly what this is here. That's some pretty wild colors on there. Let's see. Pretty nice. Let's see if it says here. So there's the label. And we've got another one here. This one's pretty wild looking as well. Polar Magic. Okay, so this isn't even real fur, I guess. Yeah, it's acrylic and polyester. So that's just faux fur, maybe? Feels like real fur. If it's faux fur, I don't know, that feels real. Maybe that's just the liner they're talking about. It's not overly old, though, so I don't know, I'll have to investigate that one a little bit further. I don't know a whole lot about old furs. And I think that's it for the workshop area here. I'm going to have to do a little bit of deeper digging as I go. So I'll be going through it thoroughly here, but looks like we've got a nice little pile for an auction. We've got a lot to go in the dumpster, maybe a few donations, and a couple little things, though, that are worth selling. That's for sure. So this is going to be pretty time consuming. We've got to get all these cabinets out of here. All these metal shelves. I still got to get a scrap dealer set up for Monday or Tuesday at the latest to get these shelves out for me. And any other metal that's considered scrap. So this is a bit of a job in here, but should be able to plow through it pretty quickly. Okay, so there's still a lot of basement to go. We're going to try and get through a large section here. And I think we're going to have to film the rest of it tomorrow. But let's say we find in this area here. We've got some snowshoes in the corner here, but I'm not going to bother with them because the son has said he wants them. So we'll leave them alone. Looks like a soda machine. A big Ninja here. I don't know if that's something I would use or not, but somebody would appreciate that. Camera bags and empty tins. Empty camera bags and empty tins. Manuals. So there's a reason these are here. I'm going to give you a sneak peek as to why I'm going to put all this stuff aside in a little bit here, but let's keep moving. Vintage cassette player here. Looks like it's also a recorder. Oh, there's the Ninja Foodie manual. Put that there. Just want to see what's under all of this here. So this is a Madsen. So maybe this is for testing your hearing. Maybe that's what this is here. I bet you that's what that is. I bet you that's got some sort of value, especially if it still works. It's a little dirty and got some age to it here, but if that still works, maybe it's got some value. We'll see. So we've got an old video editor here. This is going to be a projector, I think. Yeah, so that's a decent little projector here. I'm going to leave it in the case. It's got a very distinct smell. Must be the old vinyl. Let's see if I can, it'll open up. It's on there pretty tight. I'm just going to leave that alone for right now. But looks like we've got some old photos and prints here. And we've got a toaster collection here. Pretty Art Deco looking, so probably 1940s, 1950s. They're cool to look at. They don't have a whole lot of value. There's a few odd ones here and there that sell pretty well, but for the most part they don't. And we've got a big tea service set here. Now, this is likely going to be a silver plate. I can almost tell just by looking at it, but quite heavy. And it's a wedding anniversary one from the 60s. So down below looks like Magazines. Not even really old magazines. Some older books. So these are kind of interesting here. We've got some books on fungi, moths. So these are a little more fun and collectible here. Mushrooms and toadstools. I can sell a few of these in the shop. A couple of wooden toys. This is kind of different here. I'm not sure if this is like an olive or a pickle dish. It's got a lid with these little tongs. Got a cupboard full here. So it looks like we've got some yearbooks. Again, this is closer to where I'm from. I'm very familiar with these little small towns. I'll probably put them aside. Maybe put them through the auction. They are of the right age that I'll have customers that went to these schools and will remember their classmates. And a whole bunch here from the University of Western Ontario. That might be... And here's always some older ones here from the university. So these ones here would probably have a little more value than the ones from the 60s. Best thing about this piece here is this is a nice teak bookcase. So this is something I take back to the shop and sell. And these are nice little leatherette boxes full of, oh, movies, DVDs. Okay. So that's kind of fun. I still grab the odd DVD here and there, especially if it's something I can't seem to find on a streaming service. But yeah, that's what they are, is they're all movies. Yeah, they're all movies. And behind me here, we've got a couple little closets. Let's see if I can find a light in here. So right away, we've got a couple of dishes. We've got a platter. So they've got age. I'm just going to have to look them up and see if the pattern's something collectible. That's Limoges. Now, that used to be a really big name, but most people don't care about these anymore. That's a shame. But it looks like part of a very big set we've got going on here. So I hope I can find a taker for those, but likely going to auction. So I'm in a really tight space here. So I'm going to do my best to get in these boxes. So, what does that say? Colport Lady. So Colport's a China company. So this is going to be similar to a Royal Dalton, but made by Colport. There she is right there. So I'm not sure what the Colport figurines sell for. I have a better idea of the Royal Daltons, but that'll end up going through the auction. I don't really like selling china in the store. Down below, we've got more dishes. So I think that's the same as a platter up top here. So there she is. Now, I don't get really excited about Daltons. They used to be a really big deal. Most of them aren't worth a whole lot anymore. And I've got one more here. It says 2 small Daltons on the box. Okay, so there's one of them there. It's a little bit smaller. I'm not going to pull out the second one. It's really wrapped up. In my experience, I'm only getting $10, $15 for these unless it happens to be a rarer one. But so they'll go through the auctions. We'll put those back for right now. And in this one here, just some household items and some vintage, 70s bowls, cups and saucers. So there's some okay stuff in here. It's really going to depend on how these china sets turn out, and a few Daltons as well. Okay, so the next one here. So this is the furnace room, but I did poke my head in quickly. We've got some ice skates on the floor. I don't think there's a light in here, so I've got the light on. And got a little canoe. Some little pegs. Looks like a piece from a fort. Here's all more plastic pieces from that fort we just saw. Jenga. And there is a container here. I'm going to pull this down. Okay, so this is, I believe that's Playmobil. So they've got some collectability, some more than others. Lots of accessories, guns. So nice complete little package in here. Figures, horses. So That's a nice little lot, and I bet you that fort goes with it too. So I'm going to keep all that together. Okay, so we've still got quite a bit of stuff in this room here to go through. Here's a nice leather chair here. It's exactly the same as the one we saw upstairs, and just a different color. I've actually got a use for this one, so I'm going to keep this one. So here's a nice little kind of like rug or tapestry here. There seems to be a few of these throughout the house. I'm going to be collecting all these up. Most of them probably go to auction. I know some of these are going to be higher end for sure, but the auction house will be dealing with will know exactly what these are. There is a pretty nice rug here too, but I think this one's maybe more like Pottery Barn style. That's exactly what this one is. Yeah, I looked at another one earlier and it was Pottery Barn as well. We've got a workout section here. We got some weights. I've got most of this stuff already. I've never used that before. That might be fun. That would feel good on my feet right now. And okay, weights for your ankles and your wrists. That's really 80s looking there, eh? Jane Fonda style. But back to the vintage stuff. We've got an old blanket box here. And okay, so I don't know who that dude is. Is that Humpty Dumpty? It's kind of cute. Oh, it smells very mothball-y. Very mothball-y. So, children's clothes, looks like. Oh, the smell is really overwhelming. Whew. There's a knit sweater. Let's see what else we get down to here. So there's a wool blanket. They've got some value. I've got a handful already. I'll probably put this through the auction. I'm going to leave this chest open, though, and put these on the floor to air that out a little bit. Here's a maybe polyester, old mill. Oh, it's wool. There's a nice wool blanket here, then. Sealed in the original package. So someone's going to like that one. And some more kind of clothing. Another little kind of tapestry or something there that's worth putting aside. And this is a cedar-lined chest, so it's got a bit of value on its own. Not something I really have much luck with in the store. That's going to go to auction as well. Okay, we've got the fireplace mantle. We've got a projector up here. An old hand plane. An old wooden level. These are very common. I find them interesting to look at, but they don't really sell for a whole lot. And right in front, we've got an acoustic guitar. It's made by Hondo. I'm not familiar with that name. I don't think that's a good name. I've never really heard of it. It could be a starter one. It's more a parlor-size acoustic guitar as well. I'll look that up. My guess, new, it's probably $200-300. I could be way off. We'll find out. It's got the stand as well, so it's a sellable piece anyway. And we've got some electronics down here. So what we've got looks like a DVD player, VHS, and a Betamax player by Sanyo. So back in the 80s, I think it was the 80s, maybe late 70s, we had VHS and Betamax came out pretty much the same time. They were rivals, and Sony was the original maker of the Betamax. And it was like, you take your pick, who's going to win. A lot of people went Beta, a lot of people went VHS, but obviously VHS went out at the end. But there are a lot of collectors for Betamax tapes and the players, because they're hard to find in working condition. Even as is, I've sold Betamax machines for upwards of $200, just powering up, not working properly. So that's a fun little find. So we've got some Betamax tapes here. The son wants to double check to see if they've got these backed up or not. I can sell blank tapes sometimes online to people for these. Looks like a lot of empty boxes here. Yeah, so these are empty camera boxes and bags. These are all empty. More Betamax tapes. Okay, so here we've got a bookcase full of books, but this one here is all trains, railroads, trains, locomotives, railway, ghost rails. So pretty much all train books. There's a few exceptions, obviously. Here's Beatles' Yellow Submarine on VHS. I'll put that aside. So I'm going to find a a collector for this stuff. This is going to go right through the auction. This is all newer books. I don't really have a market for this type of thing, but there are a lot of railroad nuts out there. Empty camera boxes. Empty camera boxes, a couple basic accessories. So these are all empty camera boxes. More VHS tapes. Files. We do have a vintage-ish, maybe antique table here, or a desk. Hard to say. It's been refinished, whatever it is. Looks like pine. Really nice condition. Not the style of furniture I sell in my shop, so that will be sent to auction. And this is like a workout chair. I think it folds down to like a workout bench. So that's a little bit different. That'd be nice for stretching out, though, if you spend a lot of time on the computer. So there's one more room in the basement we haven't looked at yet. Empty camera cases everywhere here. This is all empty. And it's all empty because... Okay, up until now, you've only had a quick teaser of this room here. This is one of the 3 areas of the home where I saw the most value. You're going to see why pretty quickly, but we're going to start in one corner and work our way around here. Hoping to find some pretty cool treasures. A lot of stuff I can tell right away is going to be thrown out or donated. But let's start here, and then we'll get over to the really fun stuff. All right, we got a bookcase here. It's full. It's full of books. There's more books. There's nothing but books in this house, I swear. On top, it's a family scrapbook. We've got some books. We've got medical. Looks like some history here. And then a lot of National Geographics. So National Geographics don't really have much value unless it's the earlier ones. They're very common. A lot of people subscribe to this publication. So even the thrift stores won't take these, so we're going to have to dispose of these, unfortunately. We've got some more down here, more medical books. We've got an empty box there. There are some family items here, so I have to be kind of careful not to show that. And any of that will be going aside for the family. A few Life magazines here, a couple older ones. I'll probably lot some of these up into an auction pile. I've got some more magazines in here. Okay, so these would be for wool. And there's a spinning wheel book and what looks like some really old wool. So I'm not going to keep that. That's gross. That's going in the garbage. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. More magazines. Paper, files, more books, partial Yahtzee game. Okay, so, and we've got some bookcases here. We can't donate these. They're going in the dumpster. We're going to have to break them down nice and flat. Paper, more medical paper items. This is... It says nasal something. Oh, nasal speculum, I think this is. So you're going to shove that up your nose, I guess. Oh, it's got a flashlight, too. That's kind of wild. This looks like another cassette case here. And, or at least a wooden box. Yep, another cassette case. So this gentleman is big into classical music, so I don't expect to find all the rock and roll I'm looking for. Oh, but we do have some sealed blank tapes here. These are always cool. These are worth $5 and up these days, depending on the brand. So there's a couple right there. That one's been used, but there's another sealed one. And, okay. I don't know what that's supposed to be. All right, so we got a few blank tapes. We got a few cassette cases here. We're good so far. We've got another wood shelf here, so we've got some CDs with information on them. Empty DVD cases. We've got, oh, like a portable keyboard, I guess. Still in the original box. Maybe I'll put that aside. That might still be relevant today. Got something here in the case. Let's see. Okay, so it's surgical tools. kind of cool. I'll put them aside. There's lots of medical stuff here, so maybe I'll take some of the better items and lock that all up for an auction. If it's vintage, I'll sell it in the shop. Okay, here, so we've got a little kind of cross section here of the ear and the ear canal. So that's always kind of fun stuff. It is a little on the new side, though. I will put that aside to sell some other medical items in an auction. We've got some more surgical tools here. Okay, oh, here's even more here. So this is like most of an otoscope here. So this would be, if you haven't already guessed by now, this gentleman, he's retired. He's in a home now, but he is a retired doctor. I'm not going to give away anything to do with location or names, and I want to protect their privacy. So don't ask, don't try and guess. Oh, here we go. More here, right here. So this would be for testing hearing. So these have value. Any medical tools cost a small fortune, even in a case like this. So they're worth putting aside and selling. And more files. Okay. So not a whole lot out of this area. More than anything, just junk to fill the dumpster. But that's okay, because I know there's some really good stuff in here. Hang on. Okay, so we've got a couple prints on the wall here I'm going to pull down. And then we've got a little pile here. This is for the sun, so I can't touch this right through that table. So let's walk right past that. We've got a little love seat here. It matches a chair we saw upstairs in the living room. We got a few old dolls and a bear there. That's cute. Put them aside. Okay, so we've got empty camera cases and boxes. Empty camera cases everywhere here. This is all empty. And it's all empty because they're all on the shelf right here. So on this whole shelf here are cameras made by Exacta. So these are German, probably 1950s through 1970s. These are good quality cameras with good lenses. So if you see right there, that one says a Zeiss lens. That's Carl Zeiss. So definitely one of the pioneers as far as lenses go. You'll see Zeiss lenses in every type of scope you can think of, whether it's like a microscope, a telescope, cameras. Down here, we've got more of the same company here. We've got more of the same brand right here. So the reason I like this collection is because these are rare cameras and they do have some value. These aren't the everyday point and shoot cameras you would have bought at the department store. These are professional photography cameras, and I would not be surprised if all of them would still work. The only way I'm really going to try and test them is just seeing if the shutter will still fire on them. I'm not going to bother putting film in them and seeing if they actually take and develop photos, but highly collectible cameras. I'm going to put a lot of these in the store. A couple of these I'll sell them online. There is a good collector market for these. But I think this is going to look really, really sharp on one of my shelves in the shop, displayed properly. And down below, they've got some slides. I may take a peek at some of those in case they're medical. That's always interesting. More camera books and accessories. So I'm going to have to keep all of this together. I want to match everything up with its box and its accessories if possible. More cameras, more vintage cameras. So again, we've got a lot more German here. If you know anything about vintage cameras, these aren't the ones you see every day. These aren't your standard Kodak brownies that were made, for 60, 70 years. There might be a couple of those mixed in. Like that one there looks like a Kodak. And on the top shelf here, we've got some folding cameras. There might be a couple of Kodaks mixed in here. And even the Kodaks have some value in folding cameras. We've got a couple more down here. Again, better German cameras. We've got a nice little small one right here. That's kind of fun. Almost like a spy camera. Some more nice folding ones here. These are a little bit different. They're very simple looking. I don't see an obvious name. I might have to open it up and look, but these will just look great on a shelf. We've got more down here. Again, I just love how there isn't, 6 or 7 of the same camera. And even here, we're getting into some newer cameras here. These would be probably some digital cameras. We've got, so here's a more modern one here. So that would be a digital SLR probably with a nice lens. Down here we've got a case with a case and more accessories. Another lens. That's a nice looking one right there too. And that's a Carl Zeiss lens as well. So there's gonna be a lot of value in these. I'm not gonna be sending any cameras to auction, I don't think, unless they're more the modern ones or the cheaper ones. All the better cameras are going back to the shop to be sold. When I was buying the estate, this was a big part of the purchase here, so I need to maximize value on these. Okay, we've got a lot of records down here, a lot of classical little record box sets. I'm going to be sending all these off to the auction. I may grab one or two for myself just to listen to mix things up a little bit. This is a box of old photos that the family didn't want. They've kept a ton of photos. These are like old cabinet photos here. I'm going to make sure I don't show any names, but I can sell these, $2, $3 and up depending on the subject matter. So he left those for me. They've got a few more over here. And we've got what looks like postcards. Okay, that's a big box of postcards. Doesn't look like they're very old. I do prefer the early stuff, but still worth grabbing and digging through a little bit more. That's gonna be a slide case there. Yep, with a whole bunch of slides. I may peek at it just to see what's on there. So those are all letters. I'll just leave those for the family, let them decide. So not a whole lot going on, but we do have the camera collection, but I think there's a couple pieces coming up here that we worth looking at. Okay, we've got some old newspapers. So again, more personal effects there. More photos. More slides. More CD cases. More of that. Oh, here we go. Here's an old Chinese checkers game. That's kind of fun. It's cardboard, but it's got some age. We've got some marbles there. So that's a piece I'm going to put aside right now. Looks like cables. Here we go. Here's a nice vintage Pioneer cassette deck, double cassette deck. I could tell this by looking at it here. This is going to be a decent model for sure. It's got all the bells and whistles. It doesn't just have the basic functions. So looks like it's got some sort of equalizer built in. So I'm going to pull that out because cassette decks do have some value, especially the better brands. And okay. This is a turntable. So it's pretty new. Looks like it's never been used. It doesn't feel like very good quality. It's very light. The company on it is Grace. I've never heard of that one before. Worth taking a closer look at. One way or the other, I'll be selling it. Too new for the shop. I only put vintage turntables in there, but that'll likely go through the online auction. We've got a print here. It's not old. It's just a reproduction. But there we go. That's got a little bit of value there. We've got a 1 terabyte external hard drive. Still in the box. I'm hoping. It feels like it's in the box. Yeah, look at that. May have never even been used. We've got some computer software. Most of this stuff is going to be really outdated. And, oh, this is pretty good here. So we've got a nice power supply here. This is a APC. And you can see the model down there. So these are not cheap at all. So that's a good auction item. So that's about it for this room. I will dig a little bit deeper as I start packing up items and getting ready to throw some out. 8 key items I find I'm going to pull out. We'll talk about those a little bit more. But that's it for this room. So you can see there's a lot of work ahead of us here. Okay, so we're done going through the room with the camera collection. As you can see, it's pretty awesome. It's going to be a lot of work going through it all and maybe matching up the cases and the accessories. A lot of research to do, but definitely going to be worth it. Almost everything else in here is going to be junk. You did see a few pieces we pulled out here that are worth reselling, some stuff to go to auction. But for the most part, this is stuff that's going in the dumpster. Okay, so our next job for today is the den. We've got tons of books to go through. I've got the movers coming at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 6 p.m. now, Sunday night, so they're coming Monday morning bright and early. We've got an empty dumpster, but a lot of these books are going to be going to auction, and I've only got a handful of cardboard boxes, so I'm going to have to find a bunch of those somehow quickly. But in the meantime, I can at least sort them because I'm going to be taking a handful back to the shop to research and sell in there, a few from my own collection. They'll go into our totes. But you can see I got my work cut out for me here, so we're going to go through all these, and if I find anything really cool, I'm going to put it aside and we'll talk about them as we go. Okay, so it's safe to say in the last few hours I've made a pretty good dent on this main section here. You can see it goes right around. So everything here I've actually moved onto these shelves. These are going to be packed up and sent to auction. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another one in the hallway, 6 bins overflowing to go to donation. And I've got 3 bins here. I'm working on a big stack here. And a few more here that will be going back to the shop with me, or a few from my own collection. We've still got this large bookcase full and a few smaller bookcases throughout the house to go through. So a few more hours of organizing and sorting through these books, but there's going to be some real treats in here. So once I'm done with all the books, I'm going to show you what I've come up with. Okay, it's now the next morning. It's Monday now. It's about 8:30. I've got the movers coming in a half hour. We're finally going to be throwing some stuff into the dumpster. I've also got my trailer empty, ready to go as well. So I've got a storage locker rented nearby. So I'm going to be taking anything that's going to auction to the locker. Anything that's going in the dumpster is, well, going in the dumpster. And then we're going to have a little bit of donations after that. So today's a really big day. It's a really important day. It's important that things move quickly and I stay one step ahead of them so they're not waiting around for me. So we're going to start upstairs. I'm going to get them pulling some things down, getting the dumpster. I'm going to be digging around a little bit as I go, packing a lot up. If I find anything cool, I'll show you guys as we go. So let's get started. It's a big day today. Okay, the movers are here. We're starting to fill the dumpster. Well, we're about to start filling the dumpster. We're going to start with a few flat pieces of furniture that are just garbage. They're knocking them all apart. And we're going to start with a little layer of that. And then we've got a lot of junky furniture going on top. So could fill up pretty quickly. I'm going to keep a close eye on it because I'm going to have to call the dumpster company for a second one, I imagine, pretty soon. But we want to cram this as full as we can to the top before we do that. Okay, so we just finished our lunch break. We've got a fresh dumpster here. We actually filled the other one. I didn't even get a chance to show you guys. They came 2 hours early just as we were filling it, so that was really good timing. The guys are moving really quickly. We haven't touched the garage yet, so there's a lot to go through in here, but fortunately not much big stuff because I really don't want to go over 2 dumpsters. They're quite expensive. Okay, the boys just left. It is a little after 4 o'clock, so they put in 7 hours today. This is dumpster number 2. It's already more than half full, so we're looking at 3 dumpsters, which wasn't what I was expecting. I was thinking 2, but that happens. And then we've got the first trailer load here, which is full. This is going to the storage locker, and then it'll be sent off to auction. We've got some loose things here to get rid of still. Here's the garage. It's closed right now, but that's still full. We've done pretty well in the house so far. We've got the cold cellar here. We've got all scrap metal, so that's waiting to be picked up tomorrow. I'm actually having him come. So this is ready to go for him, so he doesn't have to mess around too much. And we've got this crawl space under the stairs that had all the bags and the camping gear. It's all completely empty. And this is the bulk of the work tomorrow we've got to deal with. I've pulled out pretty much everything I want. We've got a few auction items left in here. There is going to be a lot of garbage. We still got a few tools to pack up. But the guys are going to be in here first thing in the morning tearing apart these cupboards here. They just really can't be donated. They'll be going in the dumpster. So that's a big task. And we've still got this whole area too to deal with. There is a lot of junk here mixed in with a little bit of good stuff. We've got some better items as we go. And then we've got the large room here. So still quite a bit here. We've taken a few things out, but we've still got the bookcases full to go through. A couple closets with old slides that have to go. The family's already dealt with that stuff and backed it all up, so they want that thrown out. So quite a bit left in the basement. We've definitely got at least one more full day with the moving guys. We're going to fill that dumpster, bring in a third dumpster, and that should do it. And on the main floor, the laundry room's been cleaned out. We're good to go there. We've still got a little bit left in this living room, mostly auction items and a little pile I've got for the shop. The pile for the shop is mainly just a few things in the middle. We've still got a bit to pack up here, some garbage, some donations, some auction, but mostly empty. We still haven't dealt with the kitchen, but it's just a handful of stuff in the cupboards. Should be able to bang all this off in about a half an hour. The dining room is still very full, so I'm gonna have to be working hard in here, packing up the smaller items I want to take to the shop. Smaller items are gonna be packed up and go to auction. I've got a few donations and a little bit of garbage in here. This is mostly better items though. But some bigger pieces are going to have to go in the trailer that'll be going back to the shop. And we've still got a living room that's mostly full. We've got the dirty sofa and chair out. It's pretty much done. We've got a little bit of scrap metal here. A few items I've got to sort through to take back to the shop. This room here, again, pretty much done. Just a few more things to pack up and get out of here. This room is done except for a piece of scrap metal. And the master bedroom, mainly just three or four pieces of better teak furniture that will be going in the trailer to go back to the shop when we're done with all the stuff to go to the storage locker. A few more odds and ends to pack up. So we managed to get a lot out of here in 7 hours today, considering the house was still completely full as of 9 o'clock this morning when I got here. Oh, and there's still a little bit more to talk about here. The den is still pretty full. We've still got a corner here for the homeowner to take out. I've still got this whole bookcase to sort through. I'm taking these pieces of furniture with me. We've got a desk that's just going to be thrown in the dumpster. It's really not one that anybody's going to accept for donation. We have cleared a bunch of the books out for donation and auction, but I've still got this whole section here to go through tonight at some point. It's already at 4:30, but I've still got to sort through all this so we know what's going where. Okay, so I've been at it for about 3.5 hours now. I'm pretty much done the giant bookcase. Had to take a break every once in a while because my eyes were getting blurry, so I parted around with something else. But that's all looked after now. There's lots that have to be donated, lots that have to be sent to auction, and 6 or 7 Rubbermaids are going back to the shop to be sold. But I want to show you a few of my favorites. There's some pretty cool stuff in there. All right, let's take a look here. So we've got these massive bookcases where there's thousands of books here, floor to ceiling, literally. And I've gone through it all. We're pretty much done with this section here. I've got these ones up here. They got to be boxed up and sent to auction. We've got another pile here. They've got to be boxed up and sent to auction. Everything on this shelf right here is all for donation. And then I've got my own little stack going here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus a bunch more. So we're probably at like 7 totes full of books that I'm bringing back to the shop. There's some really cool special interest stuff in here. Some rare books. Some giant oversized books here. I'll show you a few interesting ones off the top here. A lot of these will also be sold through probably Amazon and eBay. I don't normally keep a lot of newer books in the store, but there's a lot of really good art books in here. We've got, interesting books on photography, Art Deco, just kind of fits in with what I sell. We've got a book on the Kama Sutra. And a lot of this stuff is rare. These are big, heavy books. These aren't like the $9.99 special coffee table books you pick up at the bookstore. More art. I know I've got some cool stuff here beyond the art here real quick. Get these off. There we go. A book on classic cameras. A I'll probably put this on the shelf with a lot of vintage cameras I picked up in the collection here. Here's another one here, basically the history of cameras. I may put that one aside there and actually read it. I wouldn't mind learning a little bit more. More art. Lots of art. I found a few cool paper items here. I've got an advertisement here for Elephant liquid paint here. It's pretty early. It's a paint sampler, as you can see. I love my ephemera, and this is pretty wild from the Canada Paint Company. This is going to be pretty early, probably late 1800s. There's probably a date on there somewhere. Just a cool book here on Leonard Cohen poems. It's just a paperback. It's nothing great, but I know that'll disappear fast. Little mini book here on Jumbo the Elephant. You know, pretty big deal in my area. We got some fun stuff. This is just for myself because I had these books when I was a kid. Calvin Hobbes is my favorite cartoon. And the newspaper on Saturdays. So I put a few of those aside for myself to read for nostalgia. So we're almost done with the books, but we still got this bookcase here to go through. I'm going to go through it tomorrow. I'm beyond tired right now. I'm going to start making mistakes and, you know, throwing the good books in the donation pile and keeping the crap. So we'll leave that one for tomorrow. But huge job to go through all these books. It's not as simple as just saying I'm going to box all these up. I'm not going to keep all these books. I can only take so many back to the store. So that's one of my biggest wins of the day here, is to finally get through all of this. I've got the movers coming back again at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I definitely need to get some sleep. And with some luck and a really good fast-paced day and no hiccups, we might be able to finish the house tomorrow. This could be my single best find in the entire house. What's happening today is I've got my movers coming in a few minutes here. This is day 2 of the official move out and getting all the junk out. We've got our second dumpster on site. It's more than half full. We're going to have to bring a third in by lunchtime today. I'm really hoping to finish it all up today. If everything goes really smooth and we got a bit of luck, and maybe I'll actually pull that off. So we're going to get right hard at it. We've still got this giant garage full of stuff here as well. We've got a couple rooms full of stuff to go through and pack up. A lot of work to do, a lot of stuff to dig through, and I'm still uncovering treasures everywhere I go. So follow along today, guys, because we're going hard. Okay, so the guys are here. They're hard at work. Say hey to John. Daryl. Okay, so the guys are hard at work. Say hey to Daryl. We're going into the garage now. We've got the scrap guy coming at 11. Hopefully, he was a no-show yesterday. I told him 11 o'clock or I'm calling somebody else today. So I've got to go through everything in here, pull out any scrap for him, any useful tools and implements that will go to auction. We've got a lawnmower here. It's turning over but not starting. It's pretty dated. I'm probably going to let the scrapper take that. He'll be happy to have that. He could probably just resell it. He won't scrap it. We've got a couple decent bicycles to get out of here. So I'm going to start digging around here. We got to get this knocked off fast. I want to finish today. Okay, so dumpster number 2 is full. We're waiting on number 3, but apparently there was a big accident on the highway that slowed down all their trucks and delayed drop-off. So they've guaranteed it'll be here today, but they didn't say what time, so hopefully soon. And then we've got a large scrap pile here. He is 7 minutes late. He didn't show yesterday. I just messaged him to see if he's on his way. I haven't heard from him, so he better show up soon or he's getting a negative review. Yay, the third dumpster is here. All right.
I was just about to say, this has got to be the third one.
This is the third and the last one. Yeah.
That one I just picked up wasn't the one that I put here the other morning with you.
No.
No. Put down
this is 3. This is 3.
I can put it over tighter.
Do you want to put it over a little bit tighter just in case? The last one actually almost tore my wheel well off my trailer.
The first one that I put down.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's right. Yeah.
Because I probably had it.
Yeah,
I probably had it right about here.
Yeah, and it was right against my trailer.
Yeah. I'll put this. I can put it tighter.
Oh, thanks, man.
It tighter. See, what I always do is I always go by my wheels.
Sure.
Here.
Yeah.
See, so I'll come over that extra like 3 inch because I like to have that much room on my wheels when I can.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so that's really good timing because I had the guys bringing up these cabinets here to throw in the dumpster, which we didn't have until literally now. And man, that was just perfect timing because I was getting a little worried. Okay, so the roofer that's working across the road there is coming to take these IKEA cabinets here, which is going to save us some room because we can't drop these anywhere today. We've got to get this done as soon as possible. And he's taking this nice pine shelf. And he's taking this nice pine shelf here too, so that's going to save us some room and a little less on my conscience because I don't want to throw these out. So there's still some stuff in the garage, mostly small stuff. The tires are staying. I'm gonna look after that tonight, get that in the dumpster. I'm gonna have to pack up all this stuff. We've got some stuff that's being donated and thrown out. The insulation is staying. The chair is going back to the shop with me. So I've got lots of smalls to pack up and go through still in the living room there. The dining room, again, this is gonna be a tomorrow job. In the morning before the guys get here, I've got to get all this small stuff packed up because they've got to get the furniture into my trailer. I've still got to empty out all the kitchen. Fortunately, it's just cupboards. And in the living room, it's mainly just a small pile here of stuff that'll be going back to the shop. A couple things to sort through, a little bit of garbage, a chair I'm on the fence about. And down here, this is a pile for the son. He's taking that away. I've got this pile here to pack up and take back to the shop with me. That's got to go in the trailer tomorrow morning. We've got a love seat here. I'm on the fence about if there's room in the trailer, I'll take it. If not, it'll be donated. This room is done. Thankfully, these shelves are fixed to the wall, so they're staying. I've got a little pile in the corner to pack up. This is all stuff for the family. We're working away here. We're almost done. We got a little cabinet left. Some stuff for donation. We've got a nice teak shelf and this chair here. They're going back to the shop. This is all good stuff I've got to pack up between now and sometime tomorrow, even if I have to do it by myself and load it. All of this here. We've got all these empty camera boxes and accessories and manuals. These all have to be matched up with the cameras from the collection. And besides that, we've got a little pile of garbage here we're dealing with and some donations for books. Garbage. Okay, so the guys are gone. They put in a really hard day of work, 2 in a row. Nothing but lifting stuff upstairs, just bin after bin of stuff for the dumpster, donations. They hauled out a lot of books today. So we're all pretty beat, but I'm not done just yet. I've still got to go through the house a little bit more tonight. And then I've got to start packing a lot of this small stuff that's got to go in the trailer because I've only got them for 2.5 hours tomorrow, and after that I'm on my own, and I really want to finish here by about this time, 4 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, so here's a nice little surprise I found today. I was almost dismissing a box that looked like just a bunch of tattered old vintage clothing, but I dug a little bit deeper before I pitched it and found this stuff here. So it looks like we've got some indigenous clothing here. This is like a skirt. Feels like a wool with like silk and all this hand-done beadwork here. Really beautiful piece. Looks like it's got a couple little stains, but that's something that will come out with the dry clean. So that's pretty cool. We've got this really nice pair of moccasins here. Really well done again. Really nice beadwork throughout. Really clean, excellent condition. And a pair of mitts. Again, fur, suede, beadwork. And we've got a little small pair of child's moccasins here. And this little sash looking piece as well. So I'm glad I didn't just take a quick look in that box and throw that one right out because we've probably got $200-300 worth of indigenous clothing here. Okay, so it's almost 9:30 at night. I'm actually just on my knees packing up small items right now. I'm not carrying anything upstairs because, well, I'm just way too tired for that. As I'm digging around, I'm taking a closer look at some items, and if you saw the first video, maybe the first and second videos, I probably walked past this set here. It's a nice vintage silver kind of, service set here, coffee, tea, creamer, sugar, a couple other pieces as well. I was taking a closer look at it because at first glance, I'm like, wow, just kind of a cheap, silver-plated set here. Didn't look like much at all. So I'm packing it up, and I turn a piece over, and you know, I'm just like, okay, well, we've got a silver plate mark on here. It's kind of nice. It'll go through the auction. Yeah, this one here has got a different mark on it. But then I picked up one of these pieces here. Actually, it was the tray underneath. These 4 pieces here, turns out they're all part of the set anyway. But you can tell these 4 are the same. And I turned it over here and I saw on the bottom, there's the hallmark right there. There's a standing lion. So that's a silver hallmark from England. And it says England underneath it, and it's got the letter O with a line underneath it. So that's probably going to be the manufacturer. I'm not sure who that is, but this is 92.5% pure silver right here. This giant tray and all 4 pieces here. So this could be my single best find in the entire house. Okay, I think I'm going to end things on a high note. It's been a super long day. I've already got about 70 hours in the last week. This is the end of the 6th day. The guys are coming at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I should really get some sleep. And the next time you see me, I'll be wearing different clothes and hopefully a little bit more alert. Okay, so I'm going to say good morning now because it's bright and early. The sun's not even up yet. Will be soon. This is the last day. One way or the other, I'm out of here. The house is empty. I do not want to come back. It's about 7 o'clock now. I'm not even dressed yet, so I'm not going to show you what I look like. I just got coffee. But I was just wandering around taking inventory in the garage here to see still what's got to go in the dumpster. And I noticed another hatch in the ceiling. So that's going to bug me all day unless we get up there. I've got a smaller extension ladder that I could put up against this shelf maybe to try and take a peek in there, like pop it open with a broom handle. I'm not going to do that by myself with nobody around right now because that's not safe. So I'll wait till the guys get here, but I'm going to make them pause for a minute to help me get up there and take a quick look so I can satisfy my curiosity. Okay, I'm showered, had something to eat, we're good to go. The guys are going to be here in about 20 minutes. On the patio back here, we've got this set here. Now, this is something I'm not going to bother trying to sell. So I put this up on Marketplace, and I've got a guy coming at 10 o'clock this morning to come take it for free. And the umbrella I found in the garage, never used. So I had 20 people at least messaging me about this last night. So hopefully this guy shows up. If not, someone will come take this today, and I don't have to worry about throwing it out because I don't have room for it right now. And out front, we've got the trailer empty and ready to go. We're going to be putting all the best furniture in here to start, and hopefully we've got room because I counted at about 40 totes that have to be put in the trailer as well. There is a chance I may have to come back for a second trip to pick up maybe some small furniture and totes, but we'll see. And then we've got to finish tackling this garage. The dumpster's getting close to full, but I'm hopeful. We got a little bit of light rain. Hopefully it just stays this way. I don't want it being wet for anybody slipping, and I don't want any furniture to get damaged in the rain either. So looking pretty good for today. I'm just anxious for the guys to get here so we can get started and see how full that trailer gets and how quickly. Okay, so the trailer is filling up really fast. We're more than half full at this point, or yeah, definitely. We've got 3 dressers in there, a nightstand. We've got that timbre door filing cabinet. We've got a narrow shelf. We've got a couple of dining chairs, a few small things wedged in. They're working on the giant 7.5-foot buffet in the dining room right now. Too heavy to move, but fortunately it comes apart in pieces. We've got the dining table in there. We've got the chairs out here, and there's also a 2-piece cabinet in the dining room, so that's probably going to be almost all the furniture I can fit today. Okay, the guys left at 11:30. I've been here for about 2 hours by myself. I had to finish loading the dumpster. I've completed the garage. The garage is empty. All the junk is out. I've just got a little pile there. It's not going to be my last day, though. I am going to have to come back one more time to pick up another trailer load and get a few more things out of the house still. But Let's check out this amazing job on the dumpster in the trailer. It's full. It might be a little too full. Hopefully it'll settle a little bit by the time they pick it up because I'll get charged an overage fee. And the trailer almost completely full. I've just left a little bit of room for a couple more totes and loose items, and that'll be that. And the garage, it's done. Man, there was a lot of crap in there. So I've got my little pile here. I'm going to come back for that on Monday. So that's awesome. But there is still some work to do inside before I'm done. I'll have to finish that today and Monday. Let's go inside and check that out. So this room's still a bit of a mess, but there's really not much left at all. I'll get some of this done before I'm done today. All the furniture's out of this room though, and that's it. Like that giant buffet, that's in the trailer. That big dining room set's in the trailer. And the big cabinet, that's in the trailer. When I originally bought the estate, I'd made a side deal with the son that I would replace this chandelier and give him some money for because I really wanted it. But unless I can do that Monday, it's not gonna happen. But I'm still holding out hope because I do have to come back. I could come back with a new fixture and pull that down. So let's hope that happens. But besides that, just some small stuff to pack up in here. The kitchen, I've got it kind of half empty. I mean, this section here is empty. These sections here are empty. A little pile here to go through and pack up still. This room, pretty much done as well. I've just literally got a couple things to pack up here today. And let's see what it's looking like downstairs. So this room here, this one's pretty much done. This is all stuff for the son. And I've got this big pile here of classical records to box up as well. A couple little piles here in the hallway, just a few things though, it's all right. And the workshop. So there's a pile here for the son, the workbench is staying. I've just got literally a couple of Christmas things here on the shelf to pack up. Came across some cool stuff though that I didn't notice when I was going through everything. We've got some 8mm reels here from the family. But they put all this on digital, so I'm just going to go through some of this stuff for fun. I've got about 3 totes full of this at my own place, and I'm dying to get my projector set up so we can do movie nights. So that's kind of cool. And this fun little cassette player here with the manual. I'm not sure if it works, but I'm going to take it home with me and try it out. And we've got this Super Ninja cooker here. This thing costs a small fortune. It comes with the book as well. I may use it. If not, I'll just sell it on Marketplace or something, but I wasn't about to donate that. And this area down here, as you can see, it's very empty now. It was really full, if you remember what it looked like at the beginning. I've just got a few things left to pack up here. I rescued a handful of these. These are all leather boxes full of DVDs. He had about 15 of them, but I took 5 for myself and handpicked some movies in there. Half of these are still sealed, so that's pretty fun. This is all I kept for the train books that were on the shelf. I'm not sure if that was in the last video, I think. So just a little stack there for the shop. And I saved this awesome Betamax player right here. I'm really hoping it still works. I've got a few tapes for fun just to pop in. I think these are movies he recorded off TV, and I like watching them even just for the commercials in between. And we've got the acoustic guitar and a couple stands here. These are all mostly empty camera boxes that I've got to match up with the cameras from the collection. And as I mentioned before, a few of these actually still have something in them. Not that one, but a few of them still have... Can I find it? Okay, yeah, so this one here, there's a Canon flash. This is still in the box, never used. So anyway, I did find a couple of boxes here that actually still had like, there's like a lens or a filter in it still, with prices ranging from $150 to $300. So there's some stuff here that was never used, but a lot of work to match up the boxes, the manuals with the cameras from the other room. I think I'm gonna hire somebody for that, bring them into the shop and let them go at that all day long. And besides that, we've got just a little pile here of china. That's gonna go to the auction. There's a couple Royal Daltons in there, but that's it for the basement. So as you can see, we're almost done here. Oh, and the 10. Okay, so all the books were off the shelves. Thousands and thousands of them, mostly hardcovers. That was awesome. I've got this stack here that I've got to get back to the shop, but as you saw, the trailer's pretty much full. I've only got room for a couple more things, so most of these are going to have to come next time. I'm really sick of looking at books, and I'm glad I'm only bringing this many back with me. A lot went to donation, a lot going to the auction. And the upper level, and just a few Crocs here on the landing I've still got to deal with. We've got a nice print up here. This room, yeah, oh geez. I keep forgetting there's still little piles. Okay, a couple little piles here for the auction. And in here, again, just a few odds and ends. I did pull a couple nice quilts out of one of the linen closets though. These are actually very clean too. Really great shape. I'm just gonna give these to my mom to sell. She's in the business too, but this is more her style, and I've already got a ton of these. And this is a really nice one here. Looks like a lady holding a umbrella. Yeah, that's what that is. So these are really nice. So I'm bringing those home to her. And this room is 100% done. It's got a vacuum in it. I'll put that in the hallway, and I'm gonna close this door so I know it's done. I've still got to clean up this bathroom, but there's just a few things in here. And just a box of hangers to get rid of. A few more things here. And that's it for the house. Okay, so this is the end of day 7 full days here, probably about 80 hours. Not getting much sleep. I don't think I got more than 5-6 hours sleep max on any given night. I'm definitely overdue for a shave and a sleep in my own bed. But this has been a really fun experience. It was a little tricky because it is a couple hours away from home. I didn't know where anything or anybody was, but I got local help. Everything worked out okay. I found some amazing stuff in this house. You know, we rocked it with some sterling silver. We've got amazing book collection, a camera collection, a lot of good jewelry to go through, a lot of mid-century furniture. The list goes on and on and on. So it's a lot of work. It's a very expensive clean out as well, but it's going to turn out awesome. I'm going to put this in my top 5 all-time estate purchases by the time we're said and done. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.